Mustang family? We're back with some Mustangs here. Who do we got?
Tyler Stovall.
And Jackson Gill.
And Tyler, what do you play?
I play O-line and D-line.
And Jackson?
I play O-line and D-line.
O-line and D-line. We're back with the unsung heroes of the team here. So we're going to play some underrated, overrated before we talk about the game. So let's kick it off, Mr. Stovall. Bucket hats. Underrated, overrated?
Oh, I'm going overrated.
Overrated?
Yeah, overrated.
Oh, it's because you guys are young and have hair. I think they're at a minimum properly rated. You got to stay protected. How about, here's a football one. Tom Brady.
I'm going to go pretty overrated.
Overrated?
I have to say the same thing.
Wow, you guys are tough. He's like got more Super Bowls than anybody.
I don't know if that changes.
Oh, okay. How about this one? Fireworks.
Oh, underrated.
Underrated for sure.
Underrated? See, I think fireworks are overrated. I feel like fireworks are kind of like stuffing at Thanksgiving. If it was that good, we'd do it all the time. But we don't. Just like fireworks, we only do them once a year because they're kind of not that great. It's like, woo, they're all the same, right?
No, they're definitely not all the same.
Okay, here's another one. Swedish fish.
Underrated for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Underrated?
Underrated.
I think they're gross. So we are 4 for 4 on being different. Okay, surely we can agree on this one. Bacon.
Oh, bacon's underrated.
Overrated.
What?
It's gotta be overrated.
So it's not your breakfast meat of choice?
I mean, I like bacon, but there's other things out there that are just as good.
I wholeheartedly disagree. I love bacon. All right, how about mic drops? Like
I think they're overrated.
overrated?
Overrated.
I think they're overrated too, especially if you do the motion like I did. Like definitely overrated. All right, 4 more. Ugly Christmas sweaters.
I don't really wear them, so I don't have to go overrated.
I'm going to go underrated.
Underrated?
Yeah.
I think they're properly rated. Like I can get behind it. It's kind of fun, but they're kind of weird, right? Like you break out your great grandpa's sweater. Yeah. All right, 3 more. Star Wars. Ever watching Star Wars?
Oh, Star Wars is underrated.
Overrated.
I'm
overrated.
up high
for
on
sure.
that. I'm like the only guy
Maybe
my
like the new one.
I'm the only guy my age. I think I've seen like 4 minutes of all the Star Wars together.
What?
I know. I can't do it. I can't get behind them. That seems weird. Nike shoes.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah. Every time I wear Nike shoes, my feet hurt. It's a bad day. Last one. Jay-Z.
Oh. Man.
He's a rapper, by the way.
Listen that much.
So he's got to be overrated then, right?
Probably overrated, yeah.
Yeah, overrated.
I'm going to say overrated too. I agree 100%. All right, so that was fun. So tonight's game, Cleveland Tigers at Cleveland. It's a really old stadium to have natural grass. So we had a week of practice. We had a week off. Hopefully everyone's bodies are feeling good. But how are we feeling about tonight's game?
I feel like we should, if we do what we're supposed to and really, I guess, play pretty sharp, we should come out with a win. Their field is grass. It's a little bit different than our stadium, but
Yeah.
we're a good football team.
Pretty good chance of rain tonight. I agree with that. I think we're a really good football team as well. You look at the 2 losses we have against 5A opponents. They're both ranked. You look at what Claremore did to Hilldale. I think they won something like 64-14. I mean, they put it on them. So how you feeling about tonight's game?
I feel pretty good. I feel like if we show out, and we show we go to work like we have been all week in practice, and so it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we'll be right back with more pregame right after this.
The Oologah Mustang Network is on the air. And this is Mustang Football.
Let's go!
And now, here's your host, Brent Kellogg, Kevin Hogue, and Blake Salt.
If you ask any coach, any player, fan, or booster, they'll tell you that every win matters and every game is important. That's true when it comes to the grit and heart of a team, when it comes to the records that are recorded in the record books. But when it comes to Friday night football in Oklahoma, there's a series of games that carries more weight than others. Oklahoma high schools are divided into categories based on school size. 6A reserved for the largest schools in the state, Class C being reserved for the smallest high schools in the state of Oklahoma. Fun fact, Graham-Dustin High School, just south of Henrietta, is the smallest school with an average daily attendance of 46. They participate in OSSAA activities. The largest school, you might ask, is Broken Arrow, with an average daily attendance of 5,236 students. 4 of the top 5 schools in Class 6A are Tulsa area schools. Oologah finds ourselves in the bottom third of Class 4A. We are part of one of the best districts of high school football in all the state of Oklahoma, OSSAA 4A3, with members Catoosa, Cleveland, Cushing, Miami, Oologah, Skiatook, Tulsa McLean, and Wagner. Tonight, the gauntlet begins for the Mustangs as they march through district play. As they begin district play on the road at historic Billy Vassell Stadium right here in Cleveland, Oklahoma.
Hello, everybody. I'm Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt, and the entire broadcast crew. Gentlemen, I hear the words of Hank Williams Jr. Are you ready for some football? Because it's Friday Night Lights.
Yes, sir. It's beautiful out here. We got all grass. It just kind of takes you back a little bit. And I know I'm ready because we've had a week off. So it's been a long 2 weeks without us hitting somebody.
That's what I'm saying. I'm ready to play. Blake, this is the only time of the year that we will play on a grass turf. We were kind of concerned about the rain, but I think everything looks good down on the side.
It is. There's the good. It's good footing. You know, there's not really any wet spots at all. It really turned out really good. It almost seems like they didn't get any rain at all over here in Cleveland.
Well, there's something nostalgic about this stadium. If you've ever been to this, it's in, at least the guest side is an old WPA stadium that kind of has that old rock historic. Like, I feel like we're stepping back in time. It's actually named after Cleveland alumnus Billy Vassell. The 2002 Daily Oklahoman wrote a great article about the life of Mr. Vassell. His story is kind of a rags to riches story. Folks in Cleveland took turns looking after him as he was growing up after his parents split up. His football skills helped him earn a scholarship to the University of Oklahoma, where he was eventually an All-American, and he won the Heisman Trophy following the 1952 season. In 2001, the school officially named this Billy Vassell Stadium in honor of him and all his accomplishments the year after he passed away at the age of 70. Cleveland comes into tonight's game 1-2, coming out of non-district play, beating an 0-3 Blackwell team, but they have losses to Hominy and Manford. The Mustangs, on the other hand, have had a pretty tough non-district schedule, winning week 1 at home against Fort Gibson, amassing 550 yards in offense, putting 56 points on the board. Week 2, the Mustangs could just not get out of their own way. Big penalties, 3 turnovers, and a pretty good 5A Collinsville team was able to put us away. 2 weeks ago, the Mustangs went across the pond, what we call Oologah Lake. They played Rogers County rival Claremore. And, man, that I do a radio segment on the franchise out of Oklahoma City on Friday nights, and I made this comment to Randy Height. I said, Randy, let me read you this stat line. Our quarterback went 14 of 26 passing for 360 yards and 6 touchdowns. The Mustangs had 519 total yards of offense, 41 points. Who do you think won? And he goes, congratulations, I think the Mustangs won. And it's like, man, it was a shootout with a really good 5A Claremore team. But, man, we just came out in the third quarter after halftime flat and penalties, a couple of turnovers. And the Zebras actually scored 28 points in the third quarter alone. But tonight's where it all really starts to matter. You can consider the other stuff basically scrimmages, figure out who you are. Hopefully you come out healthy. We're a little bit dinged up, but tonight every play begins, every game, every win, every loss comes out from here because tonight we enter into district play.
Yeah, district play is really where, like you said, all that really matters. You like to win your games. We play a really tough non-district schedule, like you said. Claremore's averaging 50 points a game. The Cardinals just south of us are averaging 48 points a game. So we played two teams that are ranked, and so we're finally getting into that portion of the schedule where people are like us, and it's a big test for us tonight.
Man, the concession stand smells amazing. The bands are here and unloading. You can see down on the field, we are actually here tonight for Cleveland's homecoming. And while we celebrate them, we'd actually kind of like to spoil their homecoming.
Yeah, absolutely. You always want to win your homecoming and theirs if you can. So,
when we come back, we're going to visit with head coach Darren Wagner. We're going to go through our starting lineups, talk about the keys to the game, what the Mustangs need to do tonight. We'll have our coin toss and so much more. This is the Mustang Tailgate Show.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank, that's my bank.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas, and yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hey Mustang family, back with Coach Wagner. It's week 4. Now we came off a bye week, so talk to me a little bit about what that allows you to do for your program.
Well, number one for us, it's trying to get healthy. Unfortunately, we're a little banged up after Collinsville and Claremore. We lost Ashton early. Jaden Tanner's battling a knee, so we've got some guys out. And then we had some guys that played against Claremore. It's just a little bit of a week rest. So,
Sure.
But the biggest thing we did was kind of focus on us. There were some things we wanted to clean up from a penalty standpoint, from a turnover standpoint, pass protection, limiting big plays. So it gave us a week not worrying about opponent, but just getting better on the Mustangs.
Absolutely. And now this week preparing for Cleveland, talk to me a little bit about challenges they present going to Cleveland, playing they have grass field, all the things.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think they're pretty well coached. You know, they do a good job with their offensive scheme and stuff like that. We're going to see a lot of 4 receivers on the field, what we call 10 personnel sets, and they're going to run inside, outside zone and try to throw it over the top of our heads. So I think keeping it in front of us and try to get those guys in 3rd and long will be a huge key.
Okay, and you mentioned a little bit for defense, but what are some keys on offense this week to put some points on the board and come out with a victory?
Well, we've done a good job offensively so far. We're proud of our kids. We like the stuff that we're doing on that side of the ball. But we've had 10 turnovers. Mm-hmm. And so, like the Claremore game, we lose that game, we only punt 1 time. But we had some interceptions and a fumble and things like that. So the biggest focus, I think, is to be clean offensively. I don't think there's really a whole lot to change. We're adding to our package a little bit. That's where the bye week helps. So limit turnovers, limit penalties, and kind of stay on schedule.
Lastly, you talked about turnovers and really good chance of rain tonight. What does that do as a football team? What kind of, do you talk about that or?
Well, yeah, I mean, in the old days, you went out there and got your bucket of water before every snap. You dipped the football in it and you snapped one. And so we've kind of done stuff like that in practice so far. We know what the forecast has been all week. And if it rains, it rains. But, as long as there's not lightning, we know we'll be out there and we'll have to deal with it. And I think we have a good run game, so maybe you rely on your O-line up front a little bit more.
Sure. Well, good luck tonight. Hopefully we can get to 2-2. Appreciate you guys joining us. We'll be right back with some more after this.
Let Advanced Homes build your next dream home. At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that's perfect for you and your family. Our team has an expert ability to take your individual ideas and build the blueprints that will become your dream home built just for you. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of. From the simple to the lavish, we've done it all, and we can help you every step of the way. Visit our website, advancedhbi.com, or call us today, 918-855-6597. Advanced Homes, building your dreams.
Welcome back to Cleveland, Oklahoma, where the Mustangs are on the road tonight. It is actually homecoming here in Cleveland, and they have selected the Mustangs to be the opponent that they would like to take on homecoming. And the Mustangs are in, when you see the uniforms, they look sharp. We didn't know if the field would be muddy, but they went with that all-white ice look tonight, and they look sharp. Gentlemen, welcome back to the Mustang Tailgate Show. It's time to take a look at our starting lineup for the Mustangs. And we've got some transitions, got some changes tonight because a couple of guys, unfortunately, are banged up a little bit. Let's start talking about that offensive line, and I think it's really important that they have a very strong night tonight so we can establish the run game. At right tackle, number 55, senior Jackson Gill is there, along with number 71, Wrangler Dix plays at the right guard. At the center, number 54, Tyler Stovall. At left guard, number 70, Cooper Robinson. And at left tackle, number 64, Bryce Byers. Kevin, it's really important that these guys play strong tonight.
Yeah, I think play strong, play with great effort, play to the whistle. We saw some really good effort last week that we were out. Even though we fell short, I think that's something to build on. The group has been playing well, playing together. We just can't have big mistakes, whether it's a holding penalty or something like that, that puts us behind the chains this week.
Let's talk a little bit about our receivers. And it's been kind of fun to see these guys grow. They really had a good night at Claremore for the most part, if you could kind of extract the third quarter out of the statistics. But at tight end, you'll see Gavin Salt. He's a junior, number 27. The other wide receivers, you'll see number 4, Braxton Davis. Number 2, senior Jackson Burchett. And then in the slot, Davin Shondell.
Yeah, that group was super productive at Claremore, obviously highlighted by Dax Burchett, but lots of guys making plays. We're going to need that tonight. It's nice to be able to have multiple guys that can make plays so you can't just focus in bracket cover, which means double cover, just our best guy.
So the backfield tonight is where we do have some adjustment. We've talked in our 3 games about just how good and how deep our running back room is, which is going to be a good advantage tonight. But the bad news is, due to an injury that, first possession at Claremore?
Yes.
Yeah, Ashton Wright is out. Don't expect him to play tonight. And next week is probably week to week. So in the backfield, you're going to see at RB1, the starter will be Braden Stovall. On the year, he's got 39 carries, 167 yards. He's averaging 4.2, and he has a touchdown on the season. But he's not the only running back you'll see. You'll see multiple tonight, but he's going to be in that spot RB1.
Yeah, we have a deep room, as you mentioned. Stovall's done a good job carrying the load. We got Ty Cherry. We got a lot of guys that can make plays. Looking for Landon Roach to get some carries tonight. So anxious to see how all those talented guys are used this week.
Quarterback, number 11, junior Brad Hoisington. Man, there were times at Claremore that he looked like he was playing backyard ball and slinging the thing. He's got 39 rushes for 238 yards. He averages, when he tucks and runs, 6.1 yards a carry. He is 25 of 52 with 48% completion percentage, but he has passed for 542 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions on the year. The offense averages 496 yards per game. We're averaging 39 points per game. And, Kevin, as I was kind of looking at the stats, kind of feel like the offense is a little higher octane than what I expected coming into this season.
Yeah, we've definitely shown that big play ability. I think tonight you mentioned completion percentage and some of those things. We got to eliminate those mistakes to stay more positive and not have those big negative plays.
Absolutely. Blake, give you your opportunity here, just kind of chime in on the Mustang offense and how things look coming into tonight.
I think they look really good. We've done a lot of good things on the offensive side of the football. I'd really like to see, just to be able to march the field, put string consecutive first downs together and really run the offense as meant to be run and not have to be playing that kind of backyard football and just getting the big plays, but really see us string together a drive and take some time off the clock on the offensive side of the ball.
Talk a little bit about the Mustang defense tonight. We'll start on the defensive line. We do have a kind of an adjustment there. At the nose, number 50, Warren Pierce, 9 tackles on the season. One of those is a sack. Number 72, Bryce Byers on one of the ends. You'll actually see Ty Cherry down in defensive line. He's got 19 tackles on the season. So a little bit of kind of moving the pieces around, Kevin.
Yeah, have some work to do on that linebacking core. We got a guy out tonight, so that shuffled a lot of people. Shuffled Ty forward, shuffles in Roach. But those guys are plenty capable. Looking for those to step up and make some plays tonight.
And our linebacking core, number 27, Gavin Salt, had 11 tackles against Claremore, 24 total tackles on the season. You'll see Landon Roach get the start tonight. They kind of call it a hybrid type position, and so he's new to the starting line tonight. Tyler Stovall has 7 tackles. He's a linebacker. But then Max Becker leads the team in tackles, 34 tackles on the season.
Yeah, Max has really been a bright spot. He's got a lot of tackles. He just has a nose for the ball, and he plays hard. When you say run through a tackle, that means you keep your feet moving. And he does a great job as an undersized guy making a bunch of tackles. I think he's got something like 35, 36 tackles in the first 3 weeks of the season. We need some other people to step up and help him out.
It's what basically the secondary, kind of the backfield, if you will, for the defense. You'll see number 7, junior Garrett Salt, 15 tackles on the season. They don't want to use Brad. They'll use him. Coach talks about they use him on those big third down plays when we really need a stop. But at times you'll see Brad Hoisington in there. Maddox DeVillibus, I think, going to get a start in there. You'll also see sophomore Sam Hogue, 11 tackles on the season. And then junior Jackson Lustig has a pair of tackles on the season. Defense allowing 43.6 points per game. When we come back, we're going to talk about what the Mustangs need to do tonight to win. Take our who your pick is for MVP and who you got, the coin toss, and more. This is the Mustang Tailgate Show.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character creates connection.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog.
Welcome back to the Mustang Halftime Show. We've made the trip across another pond. Kind of crossover Skytook Lake to get here. That is if you take the back roads, which the broadcast crew did on our way here tonight. It made a fantastic stop, Kevin, in Skytook. I feel good.
Yes, sir. Max Barbecue, and if you're a fan of bread pudding, you need to go to Max Barbecue.
Oh, my goodness.
It's top notch.
Like, we were the only kind of ones at the table that partook, and I'm so glad I did.
That's just rookie mistakes. We had our 2 new cameramen don't know what's up with the bread pudding.
And then our sideline guy, I can't blame him. I mean, he's fit, and he's got to save lives and do all the hero stuff. But it's great to be here tonight in Cleveland. We are here for their homecoming. They just crowned their homecoming queen and king, so you can kind of see that going on. They're facing the home stands. We are on the visiting stands tonight as the Mustangs begin district play. Every game matters from this point on, because what happens from here on out, you're amassing that win-loss record that will determine if you make the playoffs and if you do, where you finish in that ranking.
Absolutely. You want to finish as high as possible. We're going to cross over. So if you finish 4th and kind of sneak into the playoffs, if you will, you're going to cross over into somebody else's number 1 seed. That's exactly what you don't want to do. So you want to start tonight with a win, start marching towards a high seed in district play.
Man, I watched the weather all week long. And I'm going to tell you, early in the week it was like, hey, bring your rain gear. It could be, because we know Cleveland's the only real grass field that we play on. That could get muddy. Man, it is absolutely a beautiful night here in Cleveland. The Mustang faithful have traveled well.
Yeah, it's perfect. Really much better than we could have imagined. As much rain as we've gotten in the last 24 hours. They must have not gotten that rain. As we mentioned, we got here, we were surprised. The turf, the grass is perfect. The footing shouldn't be a big deal tonight. Obviously, it's grass, a little bit of a change, but it's not muddy. There's no standing water. Quite the opposite over in Rogers County.
Everybody has got all of their kind of pre-district games over with. So tonight we're really going to keep an eye on some scores, specifically the schools that we kind of round robin with in our district. And so because really the campaign begins here from here on out to playoffs and that march to a championship. Guys, let's take a little bit and talk about tonight on who you anticipate Mustangs having a big night. Like, kind of who do you expect to be that MVP? We're about 12 minutes away from kickoff. Blake, I'm going to start with you tonight. Who you got?
I don't know if he's going to be the MVP or not, but I really think that Landon Roach coming in as a sophomore and stepping into kind of that hybrid safety role, he's going to have a big night tonight, and we're really going to need him to step up. It'd be a huge help to have him on the defensive side of the ball.
Kevin, who you got?
I'm going to cheat. I'm going to name 3 guys. They all play defensive secondary, and if they play well, it allows us to kind of run fit, if you will. And I'm going to say Sam Hogue, Maddox DeVilbus, and Salt. Garrett Salt's got to have – those 3 got to have a big game, so we're not giving up those big plays like we have, because they're going to put 4 wideouts. They're going to try to spread us out tonight, and we got to do a better job.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to the field as we are in a moment of silence and get ready to join the Cleveland High School Marching Band for our national anthem. Sound of the Cleveland High School Tiger Marching Band in our national anthem. To me, that's just always a special moment. It won't matter what stadium you're in, where both sides united tonight as Americans, is put our hand over our heart and some sing along with our national anthem. We are talking about who you got in terms of who you expect to have a big night, and I hope I didn't jinx him. I was talking to his dad in the stands kind of before pregame, and I said, I hope I didn't jinx him, but he had an incredible game at Claremore. That's Jackson Burchett, kind of a receiver, leading the team with yards reception, 264 yards and 3 touchdowns on the season. So I think because of kind of some of our change in the backfield, we don't necessarily have Ashton Wright as that running back. Man, they're going to want us to throw the ball. They're going to want us to run the ball. And so to do that, they're going to put coverage on our receivers. So I think it's really important that our guys have a good night, and I think Jackson has the opportunity to lead that. Let's talk a little bit about what the Mustangs need to do to find victory tonight. I think the coaching staff, they feel good about their game plan. They feel good about their guys coming in. Yeah, we're a little bit banged up, but I think they feel optimistic about tonight. Kevin, we'll start with you in terms of what the Mustangs need to do to find success.
Yeah, and talking to the coaching staff, I think we had 2 weeks. We had a bye week. We had 2 weeks of consistent practice. That bye week really allowed us to focus on ourselves and get healthy. But I think on defense, we have to limit the big play. If we're going to allow them to score, and I always like to say they practice too, so they're probably going to score tonight. But if they're scoring, we need to, that needs to be an 8, 10, 12 play drive, not a 1, 2, 3 play drive. And on offense, it's always great to kind of have what we called and what Blake talked about, having like those backyard type plays. But I think more on schedule throws. If it's a 3-step drop, put in that 3rd step in the ground and getting rid of the ball on time. Seeing us kind of get on rhythm and marching down the field would be nice tonight too.
I think for me, I think tonight the Mustangs kind of need to shake it off. I think this is better than a 1-2 team. You got to treat those first games like 3 scrimmages. You learn who you are, even though, like you just mentioned, we're banged up a little bit. But like the new football season starts tonight, and district play starts tonight. So kind of shake off what you've been through so far.
100%. You win tonight, you're 1-0, and you're at the top of district with 4 or 5 other teams, and again, you can just flush everything. We've played some really good teams. You look at Claremore, they beat a really good Hilldale team, 64-13 last week. You think about that, Hilldale's been really good, been deep in the playoffs the last couple of years, and they got waxed by 50 by Claremore.
Claremore is,
they're a different animal than Cleveland here tonight, no offense, but just a different animal. And they have we talked about it on the drive over, being able to have a dedicated offensive line, a dedicated defensive line, not having to play both ways is such a huge advantage for those guys. And kudos to them, they're a great team. But that is a big advantage.
I think another thing for me, for this team, I really want to see the offensive line take command of this game. I feel like this unit really has the opportunity to be good this season if they can stay healthy. That's Bryce Byers, Cooper Robinson, Tyler Stovall, Wrangler Dix, Jackson Gill. but they need to take command of that line of scrimmage when we have the ball. Ashton can carry 8+ yards per carry. At least that's what he's averaging. You don't have him tonight. And it drops off pretty significantly down to about the 4.2, 4.3 with Braden Stovall. And our offensive line tonight needs to come out and say, hey, we may not have our guy, our number one guy, but we're still going to run the ball on you tonight.
100%. They're going to need to open some holes, hold their blocks just a tad bit longer, and give Stovall a chance to get downfield. When he has that opportunity, he's a good running back, and he'll pick up some good yards.
Yeah, Stovall, I think he needs to be – this is his time to shine with Ashton banged up. We worried about the field being wet and slippery. That's not necessarily the case. I think the Mustangs need to get to that 4.5, 4.8 yards per carry tonight. I think if they can do that, I think the Mustang offense will be consistent, but we're going to need a little more productivity out of him. Blake, let's talk to you and get your keys to the game. What do the Mustangs need to do tonight to find success?
I think the Mustangs just have to limit the big play. I know we talked about it, but Cleveland's kind of the team. They're going to try to lull you to sleep with the, run inside, and as soon as they catch you sleeping, they're going to try to throw the ball over your head. So Mr. Hogue talked about it. We need our DBs to have a big game and just not let the deep ball get behind us and make Cleveland march down the field if they are going to score.
Yeah. One of the things about this stadium is we always kind of get to sit with the band.
Yeah, everyone sits with the band.
Everyone sits with the band, if you will. So you can see the team captains have made their way out of the locker room. They're getting ready to move towards the field for that coin toss, and we'll determine who's going to get the ball first. You'll see once he kind of comes into screen, Ashton Wright is not in uniform tonight. I mean, he's got his jersey on. He's still a team captain, but we won't have him. The other team captains are Jackson Burchett, which is kind of the guy I've got for who you got. Number 54 is Tyler Stovall, and then number 81 is Davin Shondell. So that's the captains for the Mustangs tonight. And we're really glad you're along with us tonight. Take time to hit that share button. If you're a social media user, let Mustang fans all across the fruited plains kind of tune in and see what's going on tonight. Kevin, really excited. We've got some big Hall of Fame news to talk about. That committee has been meeting, and we've got a big thing coming up pretty soon. And, we're inducting 5 Linda Pavey, class of 65, Aaron Weens, basketball superstar in Oologah folklore, Jared Mathias from 1998, Brandy Willis from 99, and then Joey Grzinski from class of 2003. Those are the Hall of Fame inductees. Coming up just a little bit, I'll talk about how you can come in and celebrate and be a part of that. You can see the captains down on the field as they are kind of shaking hands with the officiating crew and getting ready for the coin toss.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. We got our ag team, or ag department headed to state fair. Just finished up county fair, had a great county fair. We have softball playoff news to talk about. We have volleyball news. Lots of fun stuff going on in the halls at Oologah High School.
Miss Smith emailed me, and just the accomplishments. Even at the Rogers County Fair, like 24 kids made that premium sale.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. If you're not sure what that is, you make a premium sale, and that's not a keep sale, so to speak. The kids get to keep their animals, a chance to kind of get some sponsorships, get some money back for doing a great job and putting all that time and effort in, and it's a big, big deal to those kids.
Did my eyes deceive me? They won the toss and won the ball.
They elected to receive. You mentioned we've given up some points. Now, if you look at our points given up, it's below Claremore and Collinsville's average, so we've held them below their average. But we have given up some points, but they chose to take the ball. We're going to kick off a little bit into the wind. You talked about WPA Stadium. I love hearing the band, and I like the little different quirks of stadiums. Obviously, we're playing on a grass field. This stadium runs east-west, not north-south traditionally. So a little bit of a southeast wind is going to come across the field. We're going to be kicking off into the wind tonight.
You can see the Cleveland Tigers are getting ready to come out on the field. The Mustangs are as well. Darren Wagner is our head coach. He's also our defensive coordinator, and it's kind of unusual. I think it's been I don't ever remember when we had a head coach that was actually DC. Typically, those guys handle the offensive side of things. Sam Noble is actually our offensive line and offensive coordinator. I'm going to let you say it. You got on me the other day.
DeVilbus. Coach DeVilbus.
I always put an extra one in there. Coach
you put an extra vowel in there every time.
I came from Talala. Give the brother a break. So he handles our wide receivers and the defensive back. Sean Hines is our inside linebacker coach. George Peters, our D-line coach, and then Aaron Warren is our running backs coach. Appreciate those guys. And you can see them as they come out. Here come the Mustangs in that ice white and gold helmet.
Yeah, they look great. Love that look. I know Sam was excited about the all whites with the gold helmet. And we're going to get a chance here. Kick off, pin them deep. Hopefully do a 3 and out and force the punt.
That's the perks of sitting with the band. It's just right there.
Yeah, those drums are going to rumble the stream all night, but that's okay. Make you feel like you're here.
That's our goal, is to bring Mustang football to you under Friday Night Lights every Friday night. And I got to tell you, it is an absolutely beautiful Friday night. And so we're in the next 2 or 3 weeks, it's that conversation of, okay, what do you wear? Do you take the hoodie? Do you wear the shorts? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because by the time we're done, it'll be chilly tonight.
Yeah, it will be. I hope it cools down. We're up in the booth here, and the windows, unfortunately, are facing the wrong way. It is a little steamy in the booth, but I was out there quite a bit helping with the cameras and sitting talking to the guys, and it is perfect out on the field.
Billy Vessel Memorial Stadium. He was a legend here back in the late 40s. Actually was quite the football player at the University of Oklahoma. Was an All-American, won the 1952 Heisman. In 2001, they named the stadium in his honor right after he passed away at the age of 70 years of age. So the Mustangs here tonight are set to kick it away. Sam Hogue will do the kicking duties for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and we've been able to kick, most of our kicks into the end zone. This is going to be a tall order, that wind coming in and off the right. We'll see just how far he's able to kick it tonight.
He's got the wind with him, so the beauty of our kicking game is we have 2 guys that can actually put it in the end zone.
You see the wind kind of hit that, drifted over.
It's going to start about the 10-yard line. He'll carry it out to the 22, so Cleveland.
Yeah, good job there. And actually, that's our RB1, Braden Stovall, flying down on special teams, making a nice tackle there. The good thing is you kick that high. So sometimes you hear, like, out-kick your coverage. What does that mean? If you kick it too low, too far, they're able to get a big run of steam. We didn't do that. Kicked it nice and high, able to get our coverage team down there. They're going to start on the 23-yard line.
Yeah, first down and 10 coming up. Rusty Thomas, who's the returner. And I'm going to apologize right now, folks. I apologize. I am going to say the Cleveland Indians. I cannot get that out of my – it's just I do it every time that we play them. And
right away, like we talked about, they're going to come out 4 wide. Coach talked about that in the interview. They're going to spread us out, hopefully open some lanes to run the ball. Oh, ball's on the ground.
Ball on the ground.
Gavin Salt says we got it, and we do.
He comes up with it. I'm telling you what,
Tyler Stovall comes up with it, senior defensive lineman. Great job.
Let's start with Mustang magic. Blake, I don't know that you can start a game any better.
No, especially on the defensive side, to get a turnover, deep in their own territory, it's awesome for our offense to get the ball in this position.
This is like starting the game with the ball, and then at halftime, you'll start the half with the ball.
Yeah, and this is a nice switch. If you've been with us the last few weeks, we played Collinsville. We kind of did this with dropping a punt and giving them the ball at the 20-yard line. So it's a nice little role reversal for the Mustangs.
Braden Stovall is the back. Mustangs with 3 receivers in the set. Handoff up the middle. Looks like he's going to gain about 10 right at the mark. We'll see if they give him the first down.
And the Mustangs are going to go fast here.
Yeah, he's short, just about 6 inches short, so it's second down in inches. Mustangs with 3 receivers, handoff again. First down. Going to pound his way down to maybe the 2-yard line. We talked about in the game with Ashton out tonight how important it would be for Stovall to have a good night running. So far, he's up and moving.
Yeah, he hits the hole fast, and he likes to anticipate that contact, kind of dive forward, and he's doing a good job now.
Mustangs with 3 receivers in the set. They're just going to hand it off again. He'll go almost untouched into the end zone. Stampede touchdown.
Yeah, that's a textbook start. We talked about getting off to a hot start, flushing. The last few weeks, it looks like the Mustangs have done just that.
You hear that Washington Lee swing the fight song for the Mustangs as Jackson Burchett will come out to add the point after attempt. Man, we don't even have a minute clicked off the clock yet. The Mustangs have put 6 on the board.
No, if you're just joining us, they fumbled the first snap of the game. Tyler Stovall, defensive lineman, was able to get down on it. And 3 plays later, we punched it in.
Point after is up, and it's good. Just like that, 3 plays later, the Mustangs put 7 on the board.
Yeah, the only question is, Tyler made the tackle on the kickoff, and then 3 straight running plays. Does he need to break?
Yeah, has he got the gas to go 4, right?
He's probably pretty pumped up after scoring that touchdown. He was one of the first guys right there around Coach Peters, special teams guy. He's ready to go.
We've talked all season, and Blake, you've mentioned this several times on our broadcast, just about how good our running back room is. The kicker is we got a couple of guys dinged up tonight that you won't see that you would normally see Jaden Tanner. You would normally see Ashton Wright, and both of those guys are on the sideline tonight with kind of nursing some injuries, so it really kind of limits who you got in terms of your running back room.
It does, but it also allows some of the guys who, don't see as much of the significant playing time to get some reps, which could come into be really vital for us later down the stretch, especially in the playoffs. You trying to share a workload, when you're just trying to pound the rock. Having multiple guys in the backfield that can run the football is a huge blessing.
Javen Lindsay, DeMarcus Coleman are back for the Cleveland Tigers to receive. Sam Hogue will kick this one away.
A little bit deeper, but you see the wind hit that hard.
Get out about the 26, maybe 27-yard line. So Cleveland.
Good coverage there. Tackle was made by Davin Shondell. Defense will start again, and again, they're going to look to spread us out. They went 4 wide, which is traditionally a passing formation, but they're going to look to do that to get more guys out of the box to open up some lanes to run the ball.
Kind of excited to see our Mustang defense in action tonight. Kind of challenge accepted. Like you've said, they're going to try to spread us out. We're probably going to play that one safety over the top. That's Garrett Salt, so a lot of pressure on him. 3 down linemen for the Mustangs. Hand off up the middle. Number 20, the carry. That's Bo Thomas.
Great job there by Landon Roach, Blake's guy, but also Bryce Byers playing that defensive end, kind of washing down the line, they call it, and making the tackle.
Gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Cleveland Tigers.
That's a good job by the defense. Winning 1st down, you're only allowing 1 yard. That means they're behind the chains. If they're not picking up 4 or 5 yards on 1st down, they're behind the chains. Exactly where we want them.
They do not have a play clock tonight. They couldn't get it to work. Some pressure coming on the quarterback. How about that? Oh, man.
His hands. Chance to make a pick there, but good coverage. Good to see us deeper than their deepest.
Maddox DeVillibus was in coverage. He's going to dream about that one. Those guys dream about those moments when they can make that pick.
Still 4 wide, 2 by 2 here by Tigers.
3rd down and long coming up for the Tigers.
Find it. Oh. Nope.
They're going to say
tried to go salt-to-salt tip job there, Blake, but good effort. Hopefully that's a hold. There's some yellow laundry in the backfield. That's usually in that area of holding. It would be unfortunate if it's something like a roughing the passer.
Yeah, I think our left end had their guy beat, and he just grabbed the hold of it. But we'll see. White hat's there, and it is a holding. Imagine the Mustangs are going to decline that. It's going to bring up 4th down and 9 for the Tigers. Jackson, go ahead.
Yeah, Jackson Burchett going to go back, but I was going to say, so far the defense, 4 plays, negative yards, and a turnover.
And I think what was important is they were getting pressure on that quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a slow developing play. They were trying to go deep down the field, and he didn't have any time at all.
10-14 left to play in the first quarter. We're just really underway here in Cleveland. And, boy, that just kind of a pooch punt. I don't even think that's going to get past their 1st down marker.
No, he shanked it. It did take a Cleveland Tiger bounce, but definitely not going to be happy about that, especially when they have the wind. They should have been able to rock that pretty good. Great starting field position once again for the Mustangs.
I think they're going to spot it 35-yard line. So that's where the chain was for them to get to the 1st down. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. And here's that offense. They have done nothing but run the ball and do it well tonight. Braden Stovall, the running back, kind of the news of the night. Ashton Wright is kind of banged up coming out of the Claremore game. 3 receivers for the Mustangs. Handoff left side. Got hit at the line, but was able to scurry forward for about 4 yards.
Good job there by Chandler Williams, number 26 for the Tigers. However, we were able to wiggle out, but it did cause us to go down. But we still gained 4 positive yards.
2nd down and 6 coming up for the Mustangs. Sam Noble, offensive line and offensive coordinator, sending in the signals. Cleveland shows kind of a corner blitz. Now he's got time across the middle.
Touchdown.
Jackson Burchett, Stampede, touchdown.
Yeah, tried to hit a deep, kind of skinny post there. Corner did a good job, actually played the ball and allowed us to kind of carry us in, but great job by Burchett to go up and get it, and a nice ball there.
And you can't script a better beginning to a game on the road. Cleveland, their homecoming, they're excited to play. And Mustangs, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, we've kind of come out and punched them in the mouth, so to speak. We've ran 5 plays on offense, 4 on defense, and a successful extra point. It'll be 14-0 quick, Mustangs.
Ball down, kick on the way, and it's good. Blake Salt, your thoughts on how we've started tonight's competition?
Definitely the fastest we've ever started. We've got 2.5 minutes off the clock, and we've got 14 points on the board. So it's just kind of really good to see all these guys got a lot of energy, and they're just kind of fueling on this. They're capitalizing on mistakes. We're flying around on the defensive side of the ball, and offense couldn't be clicking any better.
Yeah, all 3 phases right now. Like, it starts with defense, turnover, 3 and out. Special teams has been good. First guy down's made the tackle. Offense obviously clicking with 14 points. So all 3 phases working for the Mustangs.
Next Friday night, the Mustangs are back at home. The Goliath of Wagner comes to town. They've got some guys on their roster that have got some big opportunities to go play at the next level. And the Mustangs, I think, are kind of excited about that opportunity to host and just kind of measure where they are.
Absolutely. That's always a good litmus test. They do have some guys. We have more guys than we've had in a while. So it should be a fun night and a good atmosphere at Mustang Stadium.
The following week, we will be at Catoosa on the road. And then homecoming is just around the corner. Hopefully it's going to be that beautiful weather thing. It's right there like October 14th. The 13th is the parade. Parade will start 6:30, I believe. Once the mail truck gets through, that's kind of part of what we work around in Oologah, making sure the mail truck you got to deliver the goods, and then we will have our homecoming parade. And then following it, there is actually a Hall of Fame banquet. Last year was the inaugural year, inducted a slew of former alumni that are now in the Mustang Hall of Fame. We've got 5 inductees this year. Really excited about that group. Love for you to come join us that Thursday night. It'll begin 7:30-ish. Again, it kind of all depends on how the parade, because our Hall of Fame inductees are part of the homecoming parade. And looking forward to just an exciting homecoming weekend. They're going to let that go into the end zone.
That's nice to be able to kick it in the end zone into the wind like that. He took a little lower shot trying to do it. Got to kind of hit that low stinger, to use a golf term, into the wind.
Your defense is ready to come back out. They feel good about what they've been able to accomplish tonight, the pressure they've been able to get on the quarterback. Also, if you can jump on top, if you can maintain, this also potentially gives some great opportunity for your threes, your guys to get real game time experience. It's one thing to practice, it's another thing to scrimmage, but man, there's just something about when the Friday night lights are on.
Design quarterback keep here.
Around the right side. Looks like enough for a first down. That'll move the chains. First down and 10. Braden Guthrie, their quarterback.
Yeah, they did a good job there. We kind of got sucked in, gave up the edge there. Someone's got to have edge contain and force that back inside where you got 9, 10 other guys, and they were able to get outside. Good job by them to get a first down.
Ball spotted on the 30-yard line as Cleveland moves from right to left on your YouTube page.
Got 3 stacked over here to the left. They're going to run the ball.
Looks like a gain of about 3.
Yeah, good job by Tyler Stovall, Gavin Salt there.
Bring up second down. Long 7. Mustangs with 4 down linemen on the defense. Quarterback keep around the left side.
Gonna be just short. Gonna be 3rd and 2.
Opportunity for the defense here, really just to bow up, if you will. They've been playing with 4 receivers, trying to keep you honest, make you think they're going to throw it.
Look for them to keep it on the ground. That's where they've had the most success.
3 down linemen for the Mustangs. Quarterback keeper around the right side. It's nothing doing.
Yeah, great job there by Gill and Stovall. He's going to go back a good yard and a half. It'll be 4th and looks like 3.
And that's not really like a huge 3rd down yet in the ball game, but I think that's kind of one of those downs where you really start to set the tone of how the football game is going to go.
They're going to at least line up and look like they're going to go for it. Might be one of those kind of new things where the quarterback flexes out and kicks it, but you never know.
Mustangs shuffle the line around just a little bit, try to confuse the offensive line. 4 down linemen for the Mustangs.
Had a flinch there by the right tackle.
I bet they line up and punt it now.
That's one of those deals. You can't ask your biggest guy to have his hand in the dirt for 30 seconds with all that movement going on.
Brother, you got to breathe.
Yeah, he's like, guys, we got to snap the ball. I got places to be. He's getting I'm not going to blame that on him.
That's a 5-yard penalty. And here will come the punt unit for the Cleveland Tigers. 7:19 left to play in the first quarter.
Last time they shanked it and hit it about 10 yards. Anxious to see if he can get a little better leg on it, especially with the wind helping. Good snap.
Ooh, almost got a hand on it.
Better punt.
Good pressure. Burchett going to come around. Going to make a guy miss. Back to midfield. Got an 11-yard return for the Mustangs.
Yeah, tremendous starting. I mean, we're starting at midfield, and that's our worst position of the night. We will take that. We scored in 3 plays and 2 plays so far. That's a heck of an average to kind of try to keep up with.
A lot of exciting stuff going on in the hallways of Oologah High School, from softball getting ready to begin postseason play. Volleyball getting close. I think they've got...
Yeah, softball, I figured it up last night. Since the road game at Coweta, which we won, we're 13-3. Playing really, really well. We ended up tying for second in our district with Wagner. We beat Wagner once. They beat us once. We beat them by 1. They beat us by 2. So that's a difference of 1, unfortunately. So they get the 2 seed. We get the 3 seed. It looks like we're going to go to Steelwell next Thursday and Friday and play in the regional. But it's a good draw for the Mustangs. And look for them to do big things down in Steelwell.
Dove all around the left side. Mustangs, because of a defensive penalty, were first down and 5. That's enough for a Mustang first down. That'll move the chains.
Another good gain on first down. Mustangs kind of doing whatever they want right now. It's got to feel good to Coach Noble to be able to dial up anything, and it's been successful at this point.
Berryhill had come to town to play softball Tuesday night and ran into some weather. I'll finish that story here in just a moment. 3 receivers for the Mustangs. They brought pressure.
Yeah, good job by number 9, Braden Guthrie. Coming off the edge, they'd seen enough. Kind of a run blitz look there. He was able to get Stovall down before he could get anything going.
Loss of 1, second down and 11 coming up. It was scheduled to be senior night on Tuesday as we recognized, man, an incredible group of seniors. And a little thunderstorm came through, kind of made the field unplayable, so we had to move it to Wednesday. Absolutely perfect weather for senior night. Brad.
Oh, picked off.
How about that? Bo Thomas, he's kind of been their playmaker for the night through the hands, Mr. Salt. And Cleveland we're going to swap turnovers. They start the game with 1, and we'll have our fair share here. So now the Tigers will take over first down and 10 from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and that's just bad luck there. But you mentioned senior night. Had a great group of seniors. Taylor McKee, unofficially the home run king of Oologah softball. She has 14 for her career. I'm told that's the list. I don't know that we have that data. And Jaden Standiford, talking about her, she has to be up there and win. She's been our only, if there's been a Oologah softball game in the last 3 years, all but 2 of them she started. So she has to be up there and wins.
She will go on, play at the next level. Quarterback had to do nothing but run, just to run for his life. He will pick up 14, get a first down and 10 for Cleveland. That play just kind of fell apart.
Braden Guthrie, they ran a guy deep. Wide receiver ran a deep post, kind of cleared out the corner, and there wasn't a lot of people there. And outside linebacker had to come all the way over to force him out of bounds.
Yeah, Landon Roach kind of pushed him out of bounds. First down and 10 coming up for Cleveland.
It's one of those things. We've had all the momentum, but if we let them score a touchdown here, now they have it.
Number 20, Bo Thomas, and the carry for them. He's a sophomore.
That was a good job there by the Mustangs swarming to the ball. You saw the corner, defensive lineman, linebacker, all 3 levels rallying at the ball.
Gain of 1, second down and 9 coming up for Cleveland. 5:44 left to play in the first quarter. Mustangs on top by 2 touchdowns. I want you to enjoy the sights and sounds of Friday Night Lights. Hand off to Thomas around the right side. Going to get about 5, maybe 5.5 on the carry. It's going to bring up a long third for Cleveland. They've not been very productive all on third down tonight.
Tackled by Gavin Salt, but you're talking about third down, and based on how they lined up earlier, this is 4-down territory for the Tigers, so Mustangs need to do a good job here.
All of their first downs have come early in the first and second downs. 4 receivers for Cleveland. They've done that a lot tonight. Really want us to think they're going to throw the ball. Thomas in the backfield. Miscue. How about that? Boom. Number 54 for the Mustangs in the backfield. Tyler Stovall. And that's a sack, my friends.
Yeah, great job by Tyler. He just about met the football back at the quarterback.
Loss of 10. So we're going to bring up fourth down 13, fourth down 14.
They're going to punt now, just based on that. If they would have probably gained 0 or any positive yards at all, I think you would have saw the Cleveland Tigers go for it, but you can't.
So the third down defense by the Mustangs tonight has just been on point. Burchett in the backfield.
Good punt, high punt.
Calls for fair catch. Cleveland wanted to act like it touched him. The referee, I don't think, is going to give him that.
He's not going to buy it.
Yep. This is not drama, it's football. First down and 10 coming up for the Mustang offense. For the first time, they're going to have to do more than they're going to have to cross the 50 for the first time.
Yeah, this is our 4th possession of the quarter, which is kind of insane. And every other one's been at least at midfield or on the plus side of the field. So they're going to got 89 yards to go here. And this is kind of what we talked about in the pregame, having to go a distance, maybe make an 8-9 play drive here to score.
2 touchdowns and an interception in the record books for the Mustangs tonight in the first quarter with 4:21 left to play. Mustangs have been pretty successful running the ball. Did pass for a touchdown. Cleveland shows a lot of guys in the box. Stovall around the right side. Good carry. Looks like a gain of about 11. First down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, good job on first down. That was one of your keys of the game, kind of average 5-6 yards a game or a carry, and he's definitely doing that so far.
Comes into the night 4.3 yards per carry. And I think tonight's game will help his average a lot. He's been able to have some big flash breaks. Hand off again. Boom, met right in the middle.
Host of Tigers. Big number 65 getting up off the ball. That's Billy Dewey, big senior defensive lineman for the Tigers, coming in and making a play.
Yeah, loss of 2 for the Mustangs. Brings up second down and 12.
Sun just about down. Not the brightest of stadiums, but a beautiful night here in Cleveland, America.
Hand off to Stovall again. Not a lot there.
Tackled by number 26, Chandler Williams. Grabbed that right leg and just wouldn't let go. And we're going to be 3rd and long here for the Mustangs.
Mustangs are going to spread the offense a little bit, have a tight end in there, but 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. Stovall in the backfield. Brad got some time, now being chased. Trying to play backyard football. He's great at it. If you give him space, he's going to go around to the left side. Has to get about the 32.
It's going to be real close. It's going to depend on the spot. It'll be just shy, looks like.
Yeah, going to be about a yard shy. But, man, Blake, talk about making something out of nothing.
Yeah, he does a great job of just improvising and, extending the play. And a lot of times, well, for him this year, it's worked out really, really well. So it's really exciting to get to watch him do
They're
it.
going to say 4th and a long yard, and we're going. Or at least going to try to draw them off. Changing the play.
Mustangs just have 2 receivers in. It's 4th down and 2 on the scoreboard.
Keeper. Going to fall forward just enough to get the first down.
First down, move the chains on a 4th down. Way to go, Mustangs. Playing aggressive. I like it. Been easy to punt there. But I think you trust your offensive line, you trust your offense, and Mustangs will move the chains. Brad. Throw it out. Got his tight end on the right side, number 44. Wade Peters, first down and 10.
Nice soft hands by Wade Peters. Got a lot of whistles. I'm not sure what we got here. Penalty?
Oh, I got a flag on the far side of the field.
ineligible man downfield. Kind of one of those backyard plays. I think you get 3 yards to be downfield, and somebody was down too deep, and that negates a nice soft-handed catch by Wade Peters.
Yeah, shoot yourself on the foot. We've at times been prone to some costly penalties. Really kind of seemed to be in Claremore, one of the things that just kind of got us was those penalties at the wrong time.
Yeah, you know, we had them backed up, going to force the punt. We grab a face mask, and then they score on the next play. Nice hitch there by Jax. Got to respect his speed, so they're playing off. He's able to put that right foot in the ground, turn, and make a nice catch.
It's going to be second down. It's like about 4 coming up for the Mustangs. Coming up at halftime, Drew Dixon, our new athletic director, is going to join us, talk about all things Mustang going on, from volleyball to softball to... it happened last time, too. They just didn't catch him. I didn't want to say anything, but Tennyson there jumps a little bit early. That'll bring in Davin Shondell, kind of sub out some receivers. A lot of these guys play both ways, so they're just trying to keep legs fresh. Minute 25 as the clock continues to count, left in the first quarter. Beautiful, beautiful fall night in Cleveland, Oklahoma. Brad looking across the middle.
Ball a little bit behind him. Nice play by number 6, DeMarcus Coleman. Stick his left hand in there and knock it down.
That was intended for Jackson Lustig across the middle. Bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Mustangs. Mustangs are trying. They're trying to be prolific in that passing game. Peters had one knocked off the board due to a penalty.
Yeah, he's had more time tonight. That's helped. We've ran some of those routes looking nice, and they've been there.
Mustangs kind of in a tight formation, handoff. The middle got some room around the right side. Going to make a guy miss. He's gone. He's down to the 50, to the 40, to the 20, to the 10. Stovall, Stampede, touchdown.
That's a nice luxury there, guys. On 3rd and 10 from your own 34. Take it to the house for the run play.
Washington Lee swing in the background as the Mustangs get ready to add the PAT. It's up and it's good. Blake, if you're in defense, that's almost a back-breaking play where you had them 3rd and long, kind of on their heels. That possession had moments, but man, when a running back out of the backfield on 3rd and long can break one, go to the house, that just kind of takes the wind out of the sails of a defense.
Yeah, you know, and we've talked about kind of roles reversed. We've been on the wrong side of that coin a few times this season, so it's really good for us to just get some success. And it's not just, you know, points on the board. There's a lot of confidence that goes into your offense, you know, and we've talked about a run average. Anytime you pop a 60-plus yarder, it helps your run average.
that play alone.
Nice math, Blake.
Got a mom for a teacher that kind of knows the subject. So, yeah, that right there itself helped Braden's rushing average. Mustang set to kick it away. Back in the backfield to receive for the Cleveland Tigers, Javen Lindsay.
Scores of note here in district play early, obviously. Miami at Cushing, Miami leading 7-0. That'd be a game to watch. Wagner all over Skytube, 20-0 in the first quarter. And McLean must have played Catoosa last night because that's a 46-10 final. McLean over Catoosa at home, 46-10. Last kick was in the end zone. Wind's still pretty fresh out of the southeast.
Yeah, it's kind of coming right. The flag looks confusing to me, but the wind's kind of coming right into his face, so he's got to put the extra boot into it.
And do that high kind of corner kick. No one's there. They're going to fumble it around and grab it.
Ball was touched at the 20-yard line. He'll go backwards from there. Imagine they spot him down at the 20 just because of forward progression.
Pretty big hit there by Landon Roach.
Landon in the starting lineup tonight just because of some injuries. So far, we've called his name several times tonight.
Another positive just on that note, and not only just that play, but it seems to be a theme tonight in the defense. We've had a lot of gold helmets flying to the football, you know, and kind of swarm tackling, and it's really good to see. That'll come into play when you were, you know, going back to playing some bigger running backs or some really fast running backs, getting a hold of guys and bringing them down.
You know, you got great weather tonight, but that's not been the case throughout the week, and even impacts how they practice. They were planning early in the week on this being wet and soggy, playing in rain. So early in the week, they kind of adjusted how the Mustangs practice. Gain of about 2. Handoff up the middle, Mr. Thomas.
Yeah, they dodged a little bit of rain. We're fortunate with some lightning that didn't get too close to kind of cancel practice. And really tonight, I mean, you can't ask for anything better. So.
Was it Coach talked in the pregame about dumping the ball in the water bucket just
to practice
yeah.
wet footballs? They got a wide receiver out here uncovered, guys. He's in motion. That'll help us out. They motioned him into coverage.
Kind of a sweep around the right side. Mustangs are there to stop him, bring him down. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 8 coming up for Cleveland.
That was one Cleveland coaches, when they watch the film, are going to want that one back. They motioned him where we had more guys. And that's the end of the first quarter, guys.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more Mustang football right after this.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. When it comes to...
Welcome back to Billy Vessel's Memorial Stadium in Cleveland, Oklahoma. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue and Blake Salt. Guys, I don't think you can plan a better first quarter of football for the Mustangs tonight as they begin this District 4A3 gauntlet that we play through. Cleveland 3rd down and long, looking for a deep pass. Holy Moses, kind of a jump ball between the receiver.
That was an incredible catch there, guys.
Yeah.
We were all over him.
How do you, that's a hard catch to cover.
We're in a double move there, and it didn't really work as we were all over. He was throwing it to him no matter what.
And Sam turned his head around. I mean, he played it just as good as you can do. I think the guy had maybe just a little bit of size on him, and so went up for it. And 1st down and 10 for Cleveland. They'll move the ball across the 50-yard line. 2 receivers are stacked behind each other on each side. This one jumped. They're going to let him get away with it. Kind of a screen pass to the far side. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Good job there by Tyler Mathis, number 17, flying in, making a nice tackle.
Senior night for Mustang volleyball was this past Tuesday as well. They play indoors, so weather wasn't an issue. Celebrated 3 of their great seniors, McKenna Mater, Jasmine Powell, and Reagan Smith. And also celebrated with a big win over Locust Grove. Got 3 more games not at home coming up, but they'll approach postseason play coming soon. Handoff. Nope, quarterback keeper around the left side.
They've been pretty sneaky and pretty successful at that.
Yeah, I would say that the quarterback keep and design quarterback run game has been their most prolific of the night so far. We're going to shuffle in some fresh defensive linemen here.
Gain of 7 is going to bring up 3rd down along 3. 10:40 left to play till halftime.
Big 3rd down here. They're on the plus side of the field. This is 4-down territory for the Tigers. Keeper again.
Fake handoff around the left side. He's going to get the 1st down and some change.
And that's kind of an option. He can stick it in the belly of the running back. If he sees the defensive end crashing down off the top side of the field right there with Wade Peters, if he sees him crashing down to the running back, he's going to keep it, and that's what he's seeing, and he's able to get on the outside where we kind of lose contain. And the first guy he meets is a linebacker, but that's been 4 or 5 yards down the field, so going to have to clean that up a little bit.
Kind of that, yeah, you can hand it off or keep it, almost an option type thing. Under pressure now. He'll slip out. Hit as he's thrown. Number 40 got in there with the pressure. Max Becker leads the team in tackles. And, man, he smacked him down hard just as he got the ball out of his hands.
Wade Peters was there first. He was just slippery enough to
slow him down. So
yeah, get out, and then Max came in, and we talked about pregame. He runs through tackles. He likes to hit.
Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Tigers.
Tigers going to come out trips to the wide side, single high. Last time they did that, they tried to work to the single high side because there's no real help to that way. See if they do it again. They went double move last time.
Mustangs play one.
He's up there, Max Becker, and also Landon Roach rallying to the ball to make the tackle there. And 3rd and long, guys.
Yeah, loss of 2. 3rd down and long. Braden Guthrie on the carry, called his name a couple of times tonight for Cleveland.
Max is really, I'm sorry, BK,
go ahead. You're up.
Max is really one of those guys that, hasn't been a huge player for us. In this senior year, he's really stepped up his game and been a big leader on defense.
Ball start.
Looking for the wide hat as he'll make that dead ball. Encroachment on the defense, offsides.
Be interested to see who that was in. Or on. Somebody just lined up all sides. Sometimes you get a little antsy and you might be on sides and you lean just a little forward to get to what they call that neutral zone where the ball is with your helmet.
So they have Wyatt Salmons listed as their quarterback, but we've seen number 9.
We've seen number 9 and we've seen number 11. Wyatt was in. He was the one that took the big hit by Max.
Yeah. Pressure coming.
They're going to throw it up. Well defended there by Sam.
He's glad to have that one.
Cornerback turned into the defensive back there. Sam picks that off, and he needed that.
Yeah.
He's a good job.
4th down and 8 coming up for Cleveland. Would anticipate, they've shown going forward on 4th down before. Would anticipate down by 21. Most likely going to go for it here.
Inside the 30.
3 receivers to this side of the field. 1 lone receiver on the far side. Pressure coming.
Oh, we batted it. Oh, we picked it off.
There we go.
We played ping pong with it. I think Gavin Salt started it, and then maybe it was off of one of our defensive linemen.
Came back to
Tyler
Gavin.
Stovall, and then he kind of, it was almost like volleyball. We were talking about, he kind of set it up, and Gavin said, here, I'll take it this time. Good job by the defense.
About a 3-yard return on that. Mustangs will take over 1st down and 10 on their 2nd interception of the night. No, first one was a fumble. Second turnover of the night.
Yep, 2nd takeaway.
Talk about some heads-up football.
Yeah. I'm sure an older brother coached in there. Like, no?
No, I have nothing to do with that. That is all him. I will take no responsibility. He's a really good athlete, and he does a good job, in the weight room in the off-season, doing a good job wrestling, and he's really dedicated to the game. He watches a lot of film, does everything he can to help his team.
Mustangs just 2 receivers, handoff up the middle. Got a little bit of room to fall forward.
New running back there.
Gain of about 4.
Number 1, Ty Cherry taking it. He's a little bit different of a back. He has a high top speed. Might take him an extra step to get there, but he looks for contact. I like the way Ty runs.
Kind of a bigger back, too, than what we normally see.
Coming off the edge.
Cleveland shows blitz. Handoff goes away from the blitz.
Number 20 there. Went low. Bo Thomas for the Tigers to get Cherry on the ground.
Gain of 3. You're on pace. You're in a 3rd and very manageable situation. 3rd and 3 coming up with 8:11 left to play until halftime.
Drew him offside.
Yep. There's something about Brad and his play call, or his snap count, that got him to step offside, so that'd be an automatic 1st down for the Mustangs.
Good voice inflection there. We heard him all the way up here.
They have been showing blitz on this side. Him and a lineman went right up the middle. All right, there's not a play clock per se that works, so you kind of have to watch the judge on the field. Hand off. There's Ty. He's gone. He's down to the 30. Down to the 20. A little bit of breakaway speed. 10 stampede. Touchdown for Ty Cherry.
Saw some of that power there. He ran through arm tackles. Guys weren't interested in getting in his way. They were just doing reaching and grabbing, and he ran through those.
And both of our backs tonight have been able to break free for a big run. Guys, I talked about in the pregame how important the offensive line just being able to establish those gaps. So kudos to your backs, breaking the tackles, finding the gaps. But, man, I think our offensive line has been able to just kind of dominate that line of scrimmage. Ball down, kicks on the way.
No kick, but still
it's
good.
PAT good for Mr. Burchett. Even so, leading up to that first down, that offensive line got you 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards. You were on track. You were on pace. And offensive line tonight, I feel like they're playing really good.
Yeah, they did a great job there. He went 8-10 yards, and he had a full head of steam. I told you it took him about an extra step maybe, but he's got a high top end. Being a bigger back, when he gets going, you're not going to bring him down with arm tackles.
By the time somebody got a hand on him, he was at max speed.
Guys, that kick actually went inside the concession stand.
Oh,
it went
it
in
was
the
low.
window, and I saw him hand it back out.
Hopefully
she got
everyone's
nachos and a football.
Hopefully everyone's okay in there.
That is fantastic sideline reporting right there. Like, the booth don't see that. Only Blake Saw can get that on the sidelines.
I wish we got that on film. There was football.
We
in
might
there.
have.
That was awesome.
You don't see that every day.
7:40 left to play till halftime. Mustangs are set to kick it away. This time they will kick from right to left. Been kicking into the wind. Now they're going to have the wind at their back.
Yeah, anxious to see if we kicked one in the end zone into the wind and we can't kick the high one. I would suspect they're going to let him rip this one downwind. He should be able to put this in the end zone if he hits it well.
We're checking some scores here for you momentarily because at this point, everybody's playing district ball. Everything matters in terms of how things rank out in district play, how things play out in postseason playoff action.
The wind actually seems to kind of be freshening, guys. It's as stiff as it's been all night right now.
They're early in the week. There was a hint of whisper of playing this game on Thursday just because it was 80% chance of rain on Friday. But, man, it has turned into an absolutely beautiful evening tonight. It's going to go into the end zone. No, it's not.
It's going to die at the one.
With it.
Oh, but we kind of let up, it looked like. Nice tackle there. Landon Roach down the field to make the play.
Well, glad he was there. There wasn't but another guy or two on that right side.
Yeah, that was wonky. I think number 20, Brady Evans' eyes got real big. He saw no one pick up that ball. He was anticipating picking that up.
So the Mustang defense tonight has pitched a shutout in the first half. At times, Cleveland has had some moments where they've made some big plays, but the Mustangs really have had a great third down performance tonight if you go back and look at those third down stats.
Yeah, done a good job, better job in the secondary, and there hadn't really been anybody open. It's allowed the defensive line to get some pressure there and get some sacks. They're going to go trips to the near side and one high to the top. They've been doing that a lot lately.
Quick pass out to the far side. Sam Hogue will knock him out of bounds.
I think Max is going to get a late hit out of bounds there.
Looks like would be a gain of about 9, maybe 10, where the officials, but they're going to talk about it on the far side.
Looks like they're just shy, but I think they're going to give them 15, maybe late hit out of bounds.
They're talking about it in the huddle. Watch the white hat because he's the one that will make the official call. It's a dead ball, personal foul against the Mustangs. That's usually pretty costly.
Maybe 15. It was on their sidelines. Their crowd reacted appropriately.
Well, you got to play smart. You got to keep your emotions in check, and even if they're yapping at you or what have you, when you're on that far sideline, do your business. Come off, get ready for the next play. 11 back in at quarterback. Under pressure, going to just throw that away. He did have a guy in the area.
Nice pressure by Tyler Stovall. That's a long way for your big defensive lineman. That's a good 40-yard dash there. And he stayed with him step for step. They kind of went back to Wyatt Salmon's quarterback. They're playing the two-quarterback system here.
Jaden Dunham was the intended receiver, at least the receiver that was closest to. 6:56, just under the 7-minute mark left till halftime. Second down 10 coming up for Cleveland.
They've been exclusively trips to the near side.
Hand off up the middle. Mustangs only had 3 down linemen. Several guys kind of step back into coverage. Gain of 4.
Well, good job there, though. We'll keep a 3rd and long. Probably a passing down here for the Tigers.
Clock will continue to run. They are across the 50-yard line for the second time tonight. Mustangs with trips to this side. Need a guy to move over in coverage. Now they bring that running back.
Oh, middle screen. They got it well set up, too. Going to say stepped out.
Woo. Out of bounds, goodness, about the 6-yard line.
You can see that middle screen. They set that up really well.
They brought a lot of stuff to this side, and then he just kind of snuck into the middle where there wasn't a lot of white jerseys.
Going to be out of bounds. This, 6-yard line? 1st and goal.
1st and goal coming up for Cleveland.
Hand it
off
off
to Thomas around the left side. They gain a yard or 2.
Cornerback Hogue coming up, tackling.
Ball now down to the 4-yard line, so 1st and goal, 2nd and goal from the 4. Yeah, stacked.
Diamond trips over here to the right. We line offsides again. Our corner. They're pointing at our corner. Maddox, DeVilbus. Yeah, they're going to say Maddox. You know, they want him to come up and play that when they're doing that because you're playing a lot of screen and bowl game there. You want one guy up tight. He's just leaning that helmet into that zone, and I think that's the 2nd time that's happened tonight.
Be a half the distance type situation, so 2nd goal from the 2.
Only a 2-yard penalty, but costly because we were at the 4.
Mustangs 3 down lineman.
Keeper.
Quarterback keeper. He's been pretty deadly tonight.
He held that ball out there, but I think he crossed the line. Yep.
And touchdown Tigers. He got it in, but he also took a hit right as he was going in.
We lost contain there again. Our outside linebacker didn't set the edge and force him back in. And that's what allowed him to be successful there and get on the board. It's going to be 28-7 pending an extra point here by the Tigers.
Javen Lindsay in to do their kicking duties. Corbin Bennett is the holder. Ball down, kick on the way, and it's good. Guys, we talked in the pregame about not giving up big plays. I know it's 28-7, but you want your guys to play without a scoreboard. You want them to play every down like you're behind. We talked about not giving up big plays. It feels like big play there is what caused this touchdown to get on the board.
Yeah, big play, penalties. They still had to march the ball. It took multiple downs. We had them behind the chains a few times on 3rd down and just weren't able to get off the field for one reason or another. But the big middle screen, and that's a tough play to execute. You'll see us run it usually once or twice a game. Man, they set that up well. They motioned that running back out to the wide side of the field, and then he kind of ran a V-cut back to the middle, and nothing but we were fortunate they didn't score, quite honestly.
5:13 left to play in the half. Coming up at the halftime, we've done a new segment this year. Kind of getting to know some of our faculty at Oologah High School called Meet the Teach.
Yeah, it's been fun. enjoy having fun with those guys, just like I do over-under, or overrated, underrated with some of the kiddos. Looking to change that up maybe next week a little bit. First kickoff for the Cleveland Tigers tonight.
Mustangs want to make sure they get all the right personnel on the field.
We've been close to breaking some kicks. We got to the kicker a few times. Anxious to see if we can break one. We can hold an extra blocker or make an extra guy miss.
Shondell, Burchett, and Hogue are back deep for the Mustangs. Cleveland's kind of lined up in a wonky deal. May try an onside. May boot it away.
Just a high
Gonna
boots
pooch
kick.
kick that.
I'm going to take it. That's the advantage of having a running back right there. I like that we didn't fair catch that. We stuck our foot in the ground and went upfield.
Yeah, Landon Roach on the reception. He added 12 once he caught the ball. So Mustangs on the good side of the 50-yard line. First down and 10 coming up.
See how the offense responds here. Great field position. Matter of fact, we all but one possession of start on the plus side of the field this entire game.
You'll take a big play, but you also it wouldn't hurt to just slow down and grind this thing out. 3-4 yards of carry, move the chains, get your first downs. 3 receivers in for the Mustangs. Handoff, Stovall around the right side, got a little bit of room. Well, he was going to pick up some yardage and then some.
Shoelace tackle there by Braden Guthrie.
Gain of 4. Bring up second down and 6 coming up for the Mustangs.
Promise you, his eyes are getting big. Drop back to pass here.
Under some pressure, going to throw it.
Good job by number 7, Javen Lindsay. Seen some of their playmakers step up. Their kind of 2-quarterback system. Both just made plays on back-to-back defensive side of the ball, too.
Intended for Davin Shondell, but Lindsay got in there, kind of break that up. So third down, 6 coming up for the Mustangs. 4:32 left to play till half.
Big third down.
Brad trying to get another free first down out of him.
Yeah, they didn't fall for it then. Their coaching staff was yelling, watch the ball.
Hand off around the right side. Kevin, he's going to get it, I think.
Oh, yeah. He's a good 2-yard shot. Good job by the offensive line there on the right side. Creasing that defensive line. He stuck his right foot in the ground, and he went straight upfield. I like that. I like a good decisive running back. He doesn't play around. He lets the play develop, but when he decides to cut it upfield, he goes.
Just 2 receivers. Ball's on the ground. Brad going to try to make something out of nothing, and he does. Blake Stovall's had a good night running the ball tonight.
He has. He's done a good job, just like you guys were saying, getting his nose upfield and just getting a lot of good yards. You know, even if he's met in the backfield, he's breaking a few tackles, and he looks like he could break another one for a big gain.
I know he had the big one, but he's got 12 carries for 121 yards at the moment, so.
That ball was on the ground. Could have been trouble for the Mustangs. Brad picks it up, gets 7 out of the play. So the Mustangs hand it off again. Got a guy to beat. He's down 10, 5. Knocked down at the 2-yard line. Goodness gracious. He was seeing gold.
Great job there, right up the middle.
And Blake, the Stampy was right there on the tip of my tongue. It was just right there.
We were wanting it.
I just wanted it.
Good job by the Cleveland Tigers, though. They're down, but they're still playing hard. Still chasing after the ball.
Hand off to Stovall.
Nice cutback, left side. Hopefully, I know Mr. Matthews and the band are about to fire up their season. Hopefully they're in shape because they're having to play the old fight song quite a few times, even though they're kind of out of commission right now. They're transitioning to the field.
Yeah.
We're going to be first to perform, so they're already out of the stands.
3:29 left to play till half. The Mustangs getting ready to add a PAT. If all goes well. Ball down, kick on the way.
No good.
No good. And did not go into the concession
Did
stand.
not get nachos, do not pass go, do not collect $200. We've had problems with that in the past. We sure don't want that to start being a thing.
With that, the Mustangs will be on top 34-7 with 3:29 left to play until halftime. Speaking of the band, their halftime show is called Metal. You'll even recognize some of these folks. Our drum majors this year, Preston Stovall, Mariana Williams. Got an incredible staff that just makes this happen. Rebecca Nutter, part of the flag coordinating staff. Lori Berger, Kayla Wood, Dalton Edwards on percussion. Dave and John, man, they're just on a streak. Just have really put together some great bands, jazz bands, ensembles. We've had some incredible individual players playing at all state level. And it's a fun halftime show.
It definitely is. You'll notice some music, I think, by Metallica. You don't normally hear that. It is a fun show.
I want to thank American Bus for their sponsorship of Mustang Athletics, providing transportation from 9 to 90. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, trusted for their experience, chosen for their care. Raising Cane's, popular chicken finger brand with a focus on community involvement. Man, we appreciate our partners and sponsors. Just help us promote great activities for our students. Mr. Hogue set to kick it away again. The wind behind him this time.
Kind of a high kick.
Taking about the 21-yard line. A little bit of room on the left side. About an 11-yard return, so Cleveland will take over first down and 10. And
they were able to go down the distance by way of a middle screen last possession. Plenty of time. High school football clock stops when you get a first down. They also have a plethora of timeouts, so they have plenty of time. They can run, they can pass, they can do whatever they want. And they have been the last 3 drives exclusively trips to the what would be the near side for us, the camera, and single high to the top, trying to just spread everybody out.
Pass across the middle. Sam Hogue there to bring him down. Number 7 on the reception. That's Jaden Lindsay. We called his name several times tonight for Cleveland Tigers. First down and 10 coming up for Cleveland.
And that's going to be a tough pass to defend. You got single high safety. You have no help over the top, so you have to be deep. And a good pass and catch there by the Tigers.
3 receivers again. They've used that formation a lot tonight. Quarterback wants to throw it. He's going to drop the pass on the far side. Incomplete. Second down coming up.
Coach Wagner wants a timeout.
Probably well taken. Won't hurt anybody's feelings. Take a timeout. We're going to take one as well. We'll be back with more Mustang football right after this.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
2:55 left to play till halftime. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt, Jason Streeter, and crew. Got some incredible camera guys this year. Guys are doing a good job down there keeping track of the football. They'll rock.
Yeah, they have picked it up fast, doing a tremendous job. They don't eat much, though.
Yeah, took him to eat barbecue, and Asher didn't even eat, like, you ordered a large drink. I'm going to have to talk to his dad about that. Like, what are we doing?
Middle screen again.
Across the middle.
Nice job there by the Mustangs.
54, Tyler Stovall will be the one that finishes the tackle. A couple of guys got to him to slow him down.
That'll be something we're definitely going to have to look at halftime and kind of get some play call or some type of adjustment, because that's definitely their biggest plays so far.
And they're just flattening us out. If you look, they're going 3 wide to the near side here, all the way the width of the field, and 1 high all the way to the width the other side. And you're just taking 4 to 5, 6 defenders out of the middle of the field.
Wyatt Salmons is the quarterback that's in for Cleveland. He shared duty tonight with a sophomore, Brandon Guthrie.
Run play.
Handoff this time to Guthrie.
Nice yard there by Ty Cherry and Gavin Salt.
Looks like no gain on the play, so 4th down. Scoreboard says 5. It's a log 4, if you will.
Clock's running 1:53. They probably won't be in a hurry here, but they're probably, I don't know if they'll go or not. Looks like they're going to bleed it down and perhaps take a timeout.
Yeah.
Tough to do. The coach can't really do that. He's got to tell the white hat, hey, I want the timeout the last second because the play clock's out.
Yeah, exactly. To Kevin's point, the play clocks on the field do not work. And so you got to watch the guy in the white hat. I believe he's the one keeping time. And actually, when he gets down under 5, I believe, it kind of goes to a basketball count. We haven't seen that tonight, but like he'll wave his hands kind of like you would see an official on a basketball floor. Timeout on the floor with Cleveland. We will be back with more Mustang football right after this.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Cleveland, America. Billy Vessel Memorial Stadium. Mustangs have put on a clinic in the first half. One PAT's been missed, but everything else is pretty much gone as planned. On top 34-7. Just a minute 18 away from halftime. Blake, the official I think closest to you, is what we've determined is the timekeeper.
Yes, I think so. I think the signal is he'll raise one fist up in the air.
At 10 seconds, right?
Yes, and then at 5 he'll start like waving off 4, 3,
like
2.
a basketball count. So.
Yes.
You got one job. No, he's got multiple.
Same formation they've had.
All right, Cleveland's going to go to work. There was running back's going to go out as a receiver, so they've actually got 5 receivers on the line. Looking deep. Oh, overthrew him just a little bit. Good news for the Mustangs. They'll take over first down and 10.
Good job there. Time to work, guys. Minute 13. Got 2 timeouts. The clock stops. When you get a first down, incomplete pass.
Pass there was intended for Javen Lindsay. He's kind of been their primary target tonight. They've targeted Bo Thomas as well, and then Rusty Thomas had that big middle screen play. We'll check some halftime stats coming up for you. Courtesy of our statistician, Johnny Deramo, does a fantastic job for the team, providing us stats as well. So with $1:13 left to play till halftime, see what the Mustangs do. Cleveland still has 2 timeouts. Don't anticipate they would use them.
Double move, it's there.
Yeah,
we're going to hold.
Mustangs going to get called for a hold. Brad's going to go around the right, but Stovall, I think.
A double move was there.
Found himself in a little bit of trouble, put his hand where he shouldn't have. To that flag. That's actually about 5 yards back in the backfield, so that's going to be like a 15. It's about a 20-yard penalty by the time you add it all up.
Stops the clock, 1:05. Definitely puts us behind the 8 ball, so to speak. Wouldn't be shocked to see us run one here. You don't want to have to punt back to the other team. You'd like to take it into the locker room and know you get the ball. Remember, they won the toss and took the ball.
Okay, they'll say the foul was right about the line of scrimmage, so 10-yard penalty. So first down 20 coming up. Brad, quick screen over to the far side. Got a blocker. We'll get back to the original line of scrimmage and about 3 more. So great gain on that first down and long coming up for the Mustangs.
Nice bubble screen there.
Second down and 8 for the Mustangs. 45 seconds left to play till halftime.
I'm going to stay with that stack, putting 2 receivers to the far side of the field. and they're timing our snap. Number 20 there, Bo Thomas, came off the edge as soon as the ball did. Got to change up our cadence a little bit.
That looked dangerous because I'll be honest with you, my eyes playing tricks on me. I thought that ball came out.
Yeah, he carries the ball a little bit away from his body, and
Yep.
they hit him hard and rocked him. He did a great job hanging on to it, honestly, but it did look for a second like it might have popped out.
3rd down and 12 with 8 seconds left to play. I would imagine the Mustangs, would they be content enough? They're going to get one more snap in.
Hand off.
What's funny, it doesn't matter, but he would have got the first down.
Nice
Great
run play.
Yep, by Stovall, gain of 12 there. So with that, the Mustangs 34-7. Going to take a real quick timeout. Come back with the Mustang halftime show right after this.
Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
Blake on the sideline. He's got the coach. Blake, take it away.
Coach, we've had a lot of positives. Obviously, the scoreboard's a big positive. Mustangs on top right now. We've had a few hiccups along the way. What are just some key takeaways and adjustments at halftime?
Well, just a couple things. We need to be cleaner offensively. We got a wide open, we got Gavin out in the flat. We just put a little heat on it. We ended up, giving one away right there. That wasn't very clean. I think we have 5 penalties. Our goal was to have 2 or less for the game. We've already got 4 or 5 in the first half. And then defensively, we haven't defended zone read very well on the quarterback, whether we were in our even or odd front. And that's all we worked on all week was zone read, quarterback pull. There is a different kid at quarterback. He's probably a little bit quicker. They moved 11 to receiver. We didn't know that was coming, but we got to do a better job being sound on the edge, knowing who the quarterback player is.
Thank you, Coach. We'll see you in the second half.
We'll let Coach head to the locker room, make those halftime adjustments that they need to make. Be back with more Mustang football right after this. Welcome back to the Mustang Halftime Show. Hey everybody, Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue. Blake Salt on the sidelines. Has been really a fun half of football if you are a Mustang fan. Their offense really pretty productive. The first half started with Mustangs taking advantage of a Cleveland turnover. Boom, just to start the game. And Mustangs have put on the clinic ever since then. There are a couple of marching bands going to perform, and I think the Mustangs maybe get ready to take the field, or maybe they're on hold, and Cleveland's going to march first. But I am joined at the Mustang Halftime Show by our brand spanking new, got the shine on, our athletic director, Mr. Drew Dixon. First of all, Drew, welcome to Mustang football.
Thank you.
Been a
good to be here.
Great night tonight.
Great weather.
Early on in the week, we had that conversation maybe about, what would it look like to play on Thursday? And, of course, it's way too early to make that call, but, man, everything just panned out beautiful tonight.
Yes, we're excited about that. They had a little rain this morning. I called over here to check, and it says in good shape, and sure enough, it's in great shape. And it's always nice to play on time when you're supposed to.
Lifelong educator for you. You spent some time.
Yes.
So, Pulpa, talk a little bit about your education journey.
Well, as a matter of fact, I just talked to one of my good friends. We started out about 30 years ago. He's a couple years ahead of me. He just retired as a superintendent here in Cleveland.
Okay.
So we've been here several times throughout the years, just playing. And Sapulpa, we never came over here, but with my kids playing in Oologah, we've been here several times and had some success here, and that's always fun to come. We've had 2 weeks of some 5A football, some big kids, and so we're glad to be back in our class. And these games are nice to have and build back and stay healthy. That's for us. We want to stay healthy and then go bring on the Bulldogs next week.
So the Dixons have lived in Oologah pretty good while. Your
Yes.
kids grew up as Mustangs.
Yes.
You were taking one for the team and driving to Sapulpa.
Right.
And we sweet talked, or somebody's got blackmail on you. I don't know which one it is, but we're like, hey, Drew, why don't you come join our staff, be a part of our team? And so this is kind of your first stab at being an athletic director. How's it going? You enjoying that part so far?
Absolutely. I started in education. I started in the athletic field, coaching and teaching. And, of course, teaching was a big part of my career as well, too, administration. And then coaching's always been very important to me. after I got out of coaching, we had all three of our kids coached the girls and the boys as they grew up younger, and then led into watching them. You know, I always enjoyed that as well too. So, you know, I had a niece that just finished at Rice playing. You know, my nephew ran at OBU, and so all the Dixons are out. You know, and so I really enjoy kind of being down there on the sidelines. I won't lie, being a part of the activity, and it's coaches in my blood. You know, old man's in the Hall of Fame, and uncle's in the Hall of Fame. So we have been around athletics our whole lives, and it's special to me. So coming back and excited about ending my career, you know, in the athletic world versus, you know, did the admin world for several years, and just excited about being in athletics. So it's been a great start.
It's been a busy season. Spring's really busy because we have so much that's going on. But it's not just football. We have volleyball going on. We have softball going on. Band is in full swing. Softball's just there. Like, they're just about to wrap things up.
Yeah, we're excited. Softball, you know, we started off 1-7. And then we're 15 and 11. Yeah. So we're 14 and, I'll do my math there. I had it done another day. We're 14 and 4 in the last 18 games.
Yeah, a switch flips and dots started to connect.
Switch, and we're excited. I mean, the girls are ready to go. We'll be in regionals next week. We end up finishing third. Last night we needed Wagner to lose, and they won. But, you know, second, third, as you look at the playoffs, is not really different. The only difference really in those two positions is one, you get to host, and the third we're going to go. But we feel strongly about going to Stillwell, and we're excited about that. And we're excited about volleyball. And, you know, volleyball is very competitive. A couple weekends I was over at Catoosa, and we finished third in a tournament and had a really good day. So we're excited about both of our programs. Volleyball finished up with senior night this week, and also we had a little rain delay, but we ended up doing senior night, you know, Wednesday night. And for softball, and then volleyball, we had senior night on Tuesday.
They
Positive,
didn't have
good
weather.
crowds.
They didn't have weather issues. They were indoors. Right?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
We've actually had a couple. We've experienced several things, but we've had a couple of rain delays and shut down football 3 or 4 weeks ago because of lightning. So last night we saw lightning, but it was several miles away. So we got the finish. So
one of the things I get to be a part of is that Hall of Fame selection committee, and we got a great class, 5 folks that are coming in. And so coming up the week of homecoming, there'll be the homecoming parade that Thursday night, 6:30, right downtown Oologah. Following the parade, so our best bet is 7:30-ish.
Yes. So last year I think we had the first assembly. This year we're going to have it on our facility, so we'll have it in our ag facility, which is nice. It's not just a barn. So, you know, we have TVs and all the things set up, and they have a kitchen there. And I actually talked to our Coach Smith. I call her Coach Smith, Miss Katie Smith, our ag person.
I think everybody's a coach.
Yes, and she's going to she got some kids that will serve for us. So we're excited about our kids serving, our Hall of Famers coming in. And, yes, after the parade, we'll end up there and 7:30-ish there. And the cost of tickets, I think we've determined will be $25, and you can get a hold of the athletic office there. And
you can also buy them at the door that night of.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know that we did that last year, but this year we'll be able to buy tickets at the door. So.
Right.
Yep.
We're hoping to have about 14 tables, so if you want to come sponsor a table, I believe we're going to do those for $250 and put your name on it, and be proud to have you be a part of that.
We have alumni maybe don't even live in Oklahoma, but have been saying, hey, let's do the Hall of Fame, do a Hall of Fame, do a Hall of Fame. We've taken that step, and it's something like you'd be a part of and maybe help support or make a financial contribution to help make the Hall of Fame as excellent as can be. Man, give your office a call because you'd be the guy to talk to.
Yes, absolutely. We'd be excited to have that and create a little fun for our Hall of Fame for years to come, and we'd love your support.
All right, Drew, thanks for stopping by tonight. I got to be honest with you, I had to sweet talk him into it. He didn't want to climb the stairs to get up here tonight, but it's been a great conversation. We're going to actually go to the field, let it kind of follow. It's tough because it's the backside, but going to kind of watch the Mustang Stallion Battalion as they finish up their halftime show.
Here at Oologah High School, we have a rich tradition of things we're proud of, both inside and outside of the classroom.
Like our presidential scholar, 2018 grad Jamie Morara.
And our 15 Oklahoma academic All-Staters.
Our 32 team state championships.
And our 151 All-State athletes.
And our 116 individual state champions.
And our 32 American FFA degree recipients.
And our 112 state FFA degree recipients.
Mustang family, don't miss a minute of live Mustang action or info about events or happenings at Oologah High School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our high school Facebook page today.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Here at Oologah High School, we have a rich tradition of things we're proud of, both inside and outside of the classroom.
Like our presidential scholar, 2018 grad Jamie Morara.
And our 15 Oklahoma academic All-Staters.
Our 32 team state championships.
And our 151 All-State athletes.
And our 116 individual state champions.
And our 32 American FFA degree recipients.
And our 112 state FFA degree recipients.
Mustang family, don't miss a minute of live Mustang action or info about events or happenings at Oologah High School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our high school Facebook page today.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character creates connection. A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful...
There is a road laid out for me.
Boxes everywhere. And this is gonna be Addie's room.
I am blind,
You're really gonna like it. I hope so. Yeah.
I know this road is there for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Waist down by the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
I got this.
I know this love is there for me.
Okay.
If I'm really free, take me down to the river and wash me.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Everybody, welcome back to the Mustang Halftime Show. Brent Kellogg, along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt, and the entire Mustang crew. Couldn't do this without them. Jason Streeter, new add to the team, punching all the buttons. Nate Osborne, one of our camera guys. Asher Streeter, one of our camera guys. And, guys, we're on the road tonight. And, Kevin, I don't know that you could plan a better first half of football than what's going on the road to Cleveland tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach mentioned it wasn't perfect. It wasn't clean. But the first play of the game, they fumble. We take 3 plays, march it in the end zone. 3 and out the next series on defense, and then go over the top to Jackson Burchett for a touchdown. Just started out real fast out of the gates. Slowed down a little, but we'll definitely take 34-7.
You know, he had mentioned in his interview there right before they went in at halftime, their goal was 2 penalties tonight. They've already amassed 5. So it'll be interesting to see the yardage because one of those penalties was just a 2-yard penalty because it was right there in the goal. I know they want to play cleaner. They're definitely going to want to play cleaner next week when Wagner comes to town. You're going to want to execute perfectly as best you can.
Yeah, we've had 5 5-yard penalties, if you count, or 5 or less yard penalties, and we had the 1 15-yard late hit out of bounds. So we have 6 penalties for 42 yards. But that's definitely something that's going to have to get cleaned up if we're going to look to knock off the Wagner Bulldogs next week.
A couple of scores in Class 4A, which obviously we pay attention to because that's the classification sides we play in. Broken Bow and Medill, and a heck of a ball game. 21-14 Broken Bow at halftime. Wagner just punishing Skytook 60-0. That game's at halftime. Podo on top of Fort Gibson 41-7. We saw Fort Gibson week 1. Newcastle pretty dominant tonight, 35-0 over Tecumseh. Cash on top of Woodward 22-0. Bridge Creek, and some of these are Oklahoma City type schools. Bridge Creek on top of Classen SAS 14-7. Ada Salisaw tied at 0 at half. John Marshall, Clinton's kind of taking care of business, 37-6 there. Clinton kind of a blue blood in Class 4A. Hilldale and Stillwell. Stillwell's 14-12 on top of Hilldale. Weatherford on top of Chickasha 21-0. Blanchard on top of Hera 14-6. Tuttle on top of Bethany. Tuttle also one of those that typically makes deep runs, 17-7. Cushing in our district on trailing Miami at half, so Miami on top 16-13. And then McLean just kind of taking care of business last night, 46-10. Hosting Catoosa. We will be at Catoosa in 2 weeks to see that. So,
Yep, good scores there. In 5A, following some teams we played, Claremore all over Nathan Hill, 30-0. That's showing in the second quarter. And Collinsville at Pryor. Collinsville leading that ball game 17-10. So both those guys looking to remain undefeated.
Some Tulsa area schools, Bartlesville on top of Booker T. Washington. Bartlesville's 0-2 on the season. They're 21-10 on top of Booker T. at Booker T. Muskogee, man, they're tough. They're good. They're actually number 1 in 6A2 on top of Sand Springs. Sand Springs got a fight on their hands, 30-13 at halftime. Muskogee there. Deer Creek on top of Ponca City, 28-20. And then Stillwater just punishing U.S. Grant last night, 76-6. Let's talk a little bit about stats of the Mustangs and how we performed in the first half.
Yeah, first down's relatively similar. Oologah 8, Cleveland 7. Total offense heavily favors the Mustangs, 297 yards in the first half to 156 for Cleveland. We have 22 rushing attempts for 242 yards.
Wow.
Your key was to try to push that 5 yards of carry envelope, and we're pushing over 10. They have 19 attempts for 49 yards. We're only 3 for 6 in the pass game for 55 yards. A big chunk of that coming to Jax Burchett in that big, long touchdown pass. I'd like to see us get that going a little bit. But in the rushing game, Braden Stovall, 15 attempts for 161 yards and 3 TDs. Ty Cherry had 1 possession. He had 3 attempts for 69 yards, and he took one to the house as well. And Brad Hoisington has 4 attempts for 12 yards.
Honestly, the first quarter, you didn't need a lot of that passing game. Your run game was so explosive. I mean, big gashes and cuts and 12 and 18-yard runs. And so it'll be interesting to see what second half brings. Is Cleveland going to wave the white flag and just kind of let you do what you want to? Their coach dream up some Tiger magic at halftime, and
they've been playing hard, and they've have some imaginative play calling. You know, they ran that middle screen for a big gain, almost scored it there. Something to consider. They had the ball for almost 15 minutes there in the half. We had it for 9, just over 9 minutes. So definitely favors them, and that can wear your defense down a little bit. Hadn't been the case. That's something to watch.
Wyatt Salmons, number 11, was kind of the anticipated starter, if you will, for Cleveland. And then we got here, and they actually were starting number 9, Brandon Guthrie. Now, they've used actually 3 different quarterbacks, but 9 and 11 mostly have got those snaps, if you will. So, and Coach Wagner's like, we didn't necessarily see that coming. I think the defense, for the most part, has responded well.
Yeah, definitely. I think 9 runs the ball a little bit better. He's a little quicker, a little faster. 11's a little taller, a little lankier, got a bigger arm. So that's why they're using both. But just a little wrinkle they threw in against us, and it's caused us a little bit of problems. He's perhaps a step quicker on the edge with that quarterback keeper.
About 34 left to play till we kick off the second half. I want to say a big thank you to Mid-America Feed, highest quality livestock feed and service, for their support of Mustang Athletics. Texoma Tractor, also a proud sponsor, Mustang Athletics. Advanced Homes, visit advancedhbi.com. They've got some incredible homes on their website. Kind of take a look, give Brian a call. If building your dream home's kind of on your bucket list, something you want to do, let them go to work for you. Armstrong Bank, working right along beside you more than 100 years. And Edward Jones Investments, Kent Jensen, appreciate him and their support for Mustang Athletics and all the likes. We're going to take a quick time out. Before we come back, we will have the kickoff to the second half, Mustang football, right after this.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Welcome back to Cleveland, America, Billy Vessels Memorial Stadium. The Mustangs on the road have played a pretty darn good half of football. They are on top of the Cleveland Tigers 34-7. And the kicker is Cleveland won the coin toss and took the ball in the first half, fumbled first possession early on in the game. Mustangs were able to capitalize on that, put it in the end zone, score early. So that means the Mustangs will actually get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, they've only had one kickoff. They kind of corner sky kicked it, and we ended up taking it. And Landon Roach took it across the 50-yard line. So anxious to see what they do here. They do have the wind.
Appreciate All Smiles Dental, quality, affordable dental care right here at home. Chalkline Insurance Agency. Give Coach Brown a call, local insurance agent right here, right downtown Oologah. And Brown's Propane, providing propane to the greater Oologah area for over 20 years. Couldn't do it without our community partners and their support of Mustang athletics and activities. So, pooch kick, there you go.
Snagged there by Roach. He's going to try to get out wide.
Got a great block there in the middle of the field. He'll get to the 48, 49-yard line. The Mustangs again will start with great field position.
Yeah, kind of a breakaway saving tackle by Zane Neely, number 15 for the Tigers.
First down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. They've been pretty effective at running the ball tonight. Man, again, I'm going to give a lot of credit to that offensive line. Just creating gaps, creating space. letting your backs. Ty Cherry, man, he was able to get on his touchdown run. He was able to get way down the field before somebody got a hand on him, so he was at full steam by the time the contact was made. 4 receivers for the Mustangs. They're playing with 3 down linemen, but they're kind of squeezing those outside linebackers to create some pressure. Screen play to the right side, got some room, going to cut back inside. He'll get 10, pick up the first down. That's Mr. Ryan Tunnison on the carry.
Yeah, Ryan doing a good job there. Getting upfield, good blocking. Nice screen pass on first down. I kind of like opening up with a pass. Pass when we want to, not when we have to.
All right, 4 receivers in the set. They have stunted that blitz all night long, and it's got him a couple of times. That was Bo Thomas trying to time it, and just too early.
Yeah, just undisciplined. Got to watch the ball there. It's already happened multiple times, especially. They're just trying to time that up, get a running start at the quarterback.
So it's first down and 5 coming up for the Mustangs. The official's going to stop the clock for a second.
Not sure. Conversation going on with the official and the coaching staff on.
I don't know if they're trying to talk to the booth. Sometimes they will use the home team comms to communicate with the scoreboard, but I don't necessarily see anything that needs corrected. So first down and 5. Brad got some time.
Just missed a wide open Gavin Salt down the middle of the field. Gavin's eyes got big there, Blake.
Yeah, but if it's one thing for the Salt Boys, speed's never been our game.
Well, that was well overthrown. You'd had some top end speed there.
All right, so between Garrett, Gavin, and Blake, who wins the foot race?
Probably Gavin.
Probably Gavin.
Right. Gavin?
Yeah.
Go Gavin.
Hand off around the left side, Mr. Stovall. Gain of 13, first down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. Excuse me, gain of about 8.
Flag on the play, far side, potential holding. We're walking backwards, so.
Mustangs had a goal tonight of 2 penalties. We're exceeded that and then some. Want to play clean in all areas. Wagner comes to Oologah next weekend, and we're on the road at Catoosa. So second down and 11 forthcoming.
Trips to the near side here.
Screen play to the outside. Mr. Burchett. He broke through, knocked out of bounds. Number 3, Jaden Dunham. First down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Saw some of that breakaway speed from Jax when he gets the ball in his hands.
Fresh set of downs for the Mustangs. 3 receivers in the set. Again, they show blitz. Handoff going to get through a hole on the left side.
Great job there by number 54. He's not on the roster for Cleveland, but he fought off a block and made a nice tackle there. We still got 4 yards, but that was destined to maybe go to the house if he doesn't get that tackle there.
Stovall, yeah, kind of got hit there early and was able to fall forward. Good yardage, staying ahead of the progression, if you will. Second down, 6 coming up for the Mustangs. There's an official timeout on the far side of the field. Must be a equipment situation, so they're going to bring in kind of a hobbled defensive lineman, if you will.
Yeah, they're messing with his helmet. Number 57, Leland Kimbrough. Maybe had a strap broke on the chin strap.
Handoff around the right side. Gain of 9. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball spotted on the 11, so they can actually get a first down at the 1-yard line. Red zone offense for the Mustangs. Opportunity to kind of work on that for when you need it later in the season. Screen play to Tennyson. He dropped the ball, fell on it.
He caught it and then dropped it.
I think they're going to say like it was a completed pass. It made a move, so it's a loss of 3, maybe 2. Second down coming up. Loss of 2 goes in the books. 9:24 left to play in the third. Tennyson in motion, found a gap.
Good tackle by number 20, Bo Thomas.
Gain of 6. Gets him back inside the chains, brings up kind of a 3rd down and long situation. Maybe 3rd and 7 coming up. Hand off to Mr. Stovall. Going to get the first down. Nope, I think they're going to just call him short of the end zone.
Good job there staying on his feet. He absorbed some contact, stayed on his feet. We're going to go quick.
That beauty of having that ability to get that first down, so it's 1st and goal from the 1. Mustangs go under center. Brad's just going to keep it into the end zone. Stampede touchdown.
Good drive there. Not necessarily any big plays. Just getting first downs, guys, staying positive. Offensive line continuing to be dominant tonight.
And overcompensating for when you shoot yourself in the foot with a penalty. That's huge.
Yeah, definitely, had a penalty, had a ball hit the ground, a fumble, but we're able to get on it.
PAT is up, and it's good. Mustangs on top 41-7. It has been a clinic tonight, and now we've got a flag down.
I saw one of their players push Ty Cherry. I don't know what. I would assume based on that interaction that's going to be on us. I don't know if we did something. They definitely two-hand shoved us well after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, it's on the Mustangs.
Yep. And that's going to hurt us on the kickoff. We're not going to be able to kick it in the end zone now.
It's twice. Mustangs have been tagged with just letting emotions get the best of you for no reason. I mean, it's 41-7.
Yeah, and we came out and, Coach was talking about being clean. That's 25 yards in penalties in one drive. Not ideal.
Special thanks to Will Rogers Animal Hospital, located right off 169 in Oologah. Neely Insurance Financial Services, serving your financial insurance needs since 1951. Sonic, drive in for a change. Appreciate your support of Mustang Athletics. So he'll ball. The tee will be placed at 25.
Yeah, it should be the 25, 15-yard. Unsportsmanlike after the play was over.
Wind dropped a little bit. This wind still pushing in his face.
Yeah, still in and off the right.
Absolutely beautiful night in Cleveland.
Billy Vessels Memorial Stadium. Nice little chip corner kick.
Take it at the 40. Try to create a little bit of a return down the right side. Going to get across midfield. Knocked out of bounds. About the 36, 37-yard line. So pretty good field position for Cleveland. They've been able to get on the board once tonight. They'll take over first down and 10.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. That's the result. You're kicking into the wind already, and then you get the 15-yarder. So instead of kicking it deep, because you can't get in the end zone, you try the high kick, and then he's able to reverse field. Untimely penalty. They're going to start with the ball on the 40, put our defense in a hole here. The good news is it is 41-7. How about two teams in our district having Heisman Trophy winning alumni? Miami and Cleveland.
Man, we've played Cleveland for decades. Interesting story I'll tell here in just a second. Man in motion, quarterback looking to go deep.
Got to find the ball. Oh, overthrowing. Good coverage there.
No flags. Brings up second down and 10 for Cleveland. Tad Jones will tell the story. I probably need to do an interview with him and tell the story. Oologah would have 6-win, 7-win seasons. It was Britt Williams. I believe it was his first season. There was kind of a group of guys that were, I believe, sophomores. Cleveland was just at Oologah, shedding wood on us. And Tad can quote the speech in the locker room.
You're going to throw back over here to the middle.
Boy, number 3 knocked it down. It's a good thing he did, because there was a Mustang linebacker right there.
Yeah. Good pressure by Bryce Byers. I think kind of forced a bad throw there.
So Britt Williams asked the team, do you believe? And yeah. I mean, it was 44-7, something like that. And come on, boys, play with fire. Do you believe? And yeah, and he stirred up the team as you would at halftime. Mustangs came out, shut Cleveland out in the second half, came back and won the game. And that, what he says, that was kind of a turning moment for Mustang football, especially in those early 90s. In the following year, they would go to the state championship game. Wouldn't win it, brought the silver ball home. Do that 2 times back-to-back in the early 90s and win 2 state championships in the later 90s.
Oh, kind of a backyard play there.
Yeah.
Max Becker going to bring him down, but not before he gets the first down.
Jaden Dunham, I think he is actually going to get across the first down. So first down and 10. Jaden Dunham on the catch for Cleveland. So Mustangs owe a lot to Cleveland, because it was that game where
kind of catapulted or a catalyst.
Yeah, the long blue line was born, if you will. Do you believe?
I've heard that story a few times, and definitely cool to hear stories like that come out of high school sports.
Hand off around the right side. A couple of guys are going to miss. Yeah, number 20, Bo Thomas, called his name a lot tonight for Cleveland. First down and 10 coming up.
You got to set the edge there, and you got to force him back inside, and we got sucked up the field, and he was able to get outside of us for a positive gain and another first down. Going to go trips to the near side. Really wide splits here. Outside the numbers by both wide guys. Going to run it. No, they're going to throw it quick. Oh, right in behind the line. Oh, ball's on the ground.
He's going to fall on it into the end zone. Number 3, Jaden Dunham, pitch and catch and fumble.
That's that RPO, run pass option. He put the ball in the belly of the running back, kind of fooled me, and fooled our outside backer, and then you throw it in right behind him. That's kind of textbook RPO play there by the Cleveland Tigers.
.703 left to play in the third. Cleveland will put 6 on the board. They're there to try the PAT. Javen Lindsay is their kicker. Ball down, kick on the way.
Oh, blocked.
Blocked.
Can't return it in high school, but not sure who got that. I hear some people saying Bryce Byers, perhaps. He's a good candidate. He's our tallest player.
Yeah. Use him a lot of different situations, both lines. And Mustangs on top, 41-13. Big thanks to RCB Bank, proud sponsor. Mustang football, RCB. It's my bank. Midtown Auto and Kerry Ballard with Holmes Realty. Appreciate you guys and your support of Mustang Athletics. Really have some great partners to make this happen.
We do have a great group of supporters. Believe in our community and our school. Appreciate everyone.
All right, Mustangs have got 3 guys back to receive. Cleveland kind of lines up in a wonky kickoff formation. They kind of do trips to the far side, trips to the near side. I guess want to keep you off balance, you're going to onside kick it. What are you going to do with that? So it's kind of interesting. They haven't really done anything out of that formation. They've kind of pooched it, if you will, to that second line where we have hands guys there. We've got some of our tight ends and fullbacks and guys that can block and
to
catch.
Landon Roach every time.
Yeah.
He was perhaps a guy away from taking one to the house. A little deeper there.
So one of the speedster guys for the Mustangs, Mr. Hogue. Got a pretty good return on that. Mustangs will take over. First down and 10, about the 36-yard line.
Laundry on the field, well ahead of the return. Anxious to see what this is. I would imagine it's on us, unfortunately.
Blake, what's the weather conditions down on the field?
It's awesome. I couldn't ask for anything better to be down here on the sidelines. The wind, though, is kind of interesting. It's like it almost is coming in from the southeast, but then, like, exits the stadium at the southwest corner blowing straight south. Almost like a weird swirl thing going on.
They're marching it back against us. I didn't see the call. They're going 10. Probably hold.
All right, so
they're going 15.
So what's the over and under on Coach talking about penalties this week in practices? Fortunately, these aren't shoot yourself. I mean, they are shoot yourself in the foot, but like
that's our third 15-yard penalty. So that's just on discipline, and then we've had 2 holds. So you're talking 65 yards worth of penalties right there.
Mustangs will run it.
Stacked up by Corbin Bennett, senior Tiger, number 10.
Gain of a couple on Mustang offense. 2nd down and 8 coming up.
High snap. I think that was design give, but
yeah, they'll go backwards. Goodness gracious, loss of about 5. So 3rd down, 12 coming up. $5:56 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Blitzing off the edge.
Oh, man. Brad's going to get away from him. Got some room. Going to get a lot of that penalty yardage back.
Takes a pretty good hit by number 54. They don't have him rostered, so I'm not sure who that is, but nice play by that young man, and we're going to have to punt. First punt of the night for the Mustangs. Comes in the 3rd quarter, over halfway through the 3rd quarter. We'll take that.
All right, they're going to send number 3 back in reception, Jaden Dunham, kind of one of their go-to guys. Ooh, they almost got to that.
High punt. We're yelling, but it didn't
All right,
touch them.
Ball down 36-yard line. Going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more Mustang football right after this.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back here to Billy Vessels Memorial Stadium. I'm joined in the booth by Blake Salt, number 12. How you doing, Blake?
I'm good. Good to be up here in the booth.
It's hot up here. You were talking about how great it is down on the field. It's 30 degrees cooler out on the grass.
Way better.
They're going to do wide double stacks here. Probably run the ball. Yep. Makes a guy miss. Blake, I don't feel like we've done as good a job tonight as we have in the past of setting the edge and forcing that back. We've been beaten to the outside a few times, and that's where they've come up with most of their success.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we got a new guy, a young guy out there playing in a new position tonight, getting his first start in varsity. So he's, just a little bit green, a little bit young in that position, but a little bit of coaching, some film watching, some extra practice on that. We'll get there.
We've talked about that as they line up. They're going to do it again, kind of double stacked, really wide, and keep it on the ground. Big hitting in there. They're going to get a first down. Talked about that a lot with Gavin Salt, your brother. He's really good at setting the edge. You may not get credit for the tackle, but when you watch film, you go back and watch the stream, you can see him setting that edge and forcing it back into one of his teammates.
It's a huge play. And we talk about how many tackles Max Becker has, which, don't get me wrong, not to take anything away from him. He has a great nose for the football, but you got outside linebackers to help him and to force those running backs back inside. It helps a lot to make those tackles.
Double stack both sides again. They're going to keep it on the ground. See how he's able to get outside again. Good job there by Maddox DeVilbus. As we rotate some different defensive linemen in.
just continuously handing off to number 20, Bo Thomas there. He's a strong runner. He's doing a great job tonight. He seems to be a sophomore, so good things to come probably for him in the future.
Yeah, they got quite a bit of youth on their football team. That should pay dividends, and they're getting a lot of playing time. They're still doing the double stack. We only got one out here. We need to, they recognize it, and they kind of flex Gavin out here a little bit. Oh, they're going to throw here. Ball's low and incomplete. That's a tough throw. That's a really long throw for a quarterback. You're kind of trying to throw over Gavin, under Hogan. That's just going to be difficult.
And you're throwing from the far hash out here, outside the numbers on the far side.
They're talking, but I don't see a flag down, do you?
Yeah, just they're kind of standing on it, I think. Right at the line of scrimmage, it looks like. It looks like he's going to march it off on us. Okay. Holding call on Tigers.
Holding on the Tigers. We decline it. It's 3rd and 7. If we take it, it's 2nd and 17. So it looks like we're going to. I don't know. Coach Wagner's wanting it to go back. He's pointing back feverishly.
Yeah, that's
side official saying we got it. Hold on, but it doesn't look like they got it.
Well, all right.
I don't know.
Play 3rd and 7.
They called holding, but they're not letting us accept the penalty, guys. Try that middle screen again. Gavin Salt sniffs it out, cleaned up by a host of Mustangs, including the aforementioned Jackson Becker.
Yeah, trying to be as unbiased as I can, but that was a great play.
That was. And that's something that he's surely been coached up on, because they hit that 3 times in the first half, and they were unsuccessful there. And it's going to be 4th down. And I would imagine they're going to go for it. 4th and 8. On their own about 24. They're going to call timeout. Cleveland's going to call timeout. We're going to take one as well. We'll be right back with more Mustang football right after this.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
It took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
4th and 8 for the Cleveland Tigers. They took a timeout to go over. This is a big play for them. Score reads 41-13 Mustangs. If they score here, they like to think they kind of continue the game, and if they don't and we're able to go score, kind of put the nail in the coffin, so to speak. Big 4th down here. They're going to go. They've been going really consistent, Blake, drive to drive with different formations. They've been doing this double stack this entire drive.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if they go back to their run. They've had a lot of success. Drop back, though. He drops way back. Give himself a lot of time.
Guy might have been open, but a good stop there by the Mustangs, and we'll get the ball back.
It almost looked like they were going to run like some type of weird late screen the way he was backpedaling.
Yeah, he did backpedal, and they ran the running back out of the formation up the middle, which is where they probably throwing had their most success. But we're well coached up and have adjusted to that. Kudos to the coaching staff and Mustangs for executing that.
1st 10 for the Mustangs.
2:59 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Good stop by the defense. We're going to go 2 wide. Takes the snap, puts it in Stovall's belly. Tackled by a host of Tigers. And he's ran the ball really well. Brett talked about wanting him to average close to 5. He's been over 10, Blake, and that exceeds expectations just by any back in the country.
Oh, yeah. You're kind of shooting for that in between 4 and 5, 4.5 yards a carry mark. And when you can average any more than that, then you're having an outstanding season, outstanding game.
2nd down and 7. Another one. pretty close to a first down. They're going to mark him about 1.5 yards short. 3rd and a long yard for the Mustangs.
And he just does such a great job of hitting the hole really hard and fast. You know, when he decides to get downhill, he starts running really fast, and that helps fall forward at the end of the play.
He does fall forward for not a big back. Anxious to see, are we going to try to take a shot here? 3rd and 1. It's a good down to take a shot as they're going to be blitzing off the edge. They're going to hand it off.
When it comes,
but as you mentioned, he falls forward, picks up another Mustang first down.
Also runs with such a low pad level. You know, he is a smaller guy, but he gets to run with a way lower pad level to kind of get up under guys. Not as easy to bring down that way.
Yeah, it's harder for, that's a good point, harder for guys to get up under him. Going quick here, stick it in his belly again. Nice cut. That play was designed to go more down the hashes, and he saw some open turf up the middle, stuck his right foot in the ground. Picks up another big gain and another Mustang first down.
He's just having a really great night tonight. You know, you have games, you know, where obviously you have your star player, and Stovall has been definitely a standout player tonight. He's done a great job.
Absolutely. He's done good ball security. I don't remember getting driven back ever. Even there, it didn't look like much. Still picks up 5.
And anytime you can kind of make up yardage, and what I mean by that is, you know, you're getting hit in the backfield or whatever, and you can gain positive yardage, that's just a great play and great effort.
2nd and a long 5. Good job there. Tackled kind of awkwardly low by number 20, Bo Thomas.
I feel like he's been on the brink so many times, getting, you know, just tied up by the shoelace.
Yeah.
Or just tripped up instead of just breaking it, which he had the one long one, but he's so close.
Go quick. Too high to the top. Nice cutback. Again, didn't look like much there, but falls forward for a nice gain of maybe 4. We're going to slow it down. The end of the quarter. We're going to head to the 4th quarter. Mustangs 41, Cleveland Tigers 13. We'll be right back with more after this.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character creates connection.
All right, Mustang faithful, we're back. Start of the 4th quarter. Your Mustangs 41, Cleveland Tigers 13. A beautiful night here at Billy Vessel's Memorial Stadium. Be 2nd down. Mustangs have the ball. Some scores of note. We've been updating you on the Cushing-Miami game. Miami's at Cushing, and Cushing has come back to take the lead, 26-22. Great game in our district. Wagner all over Sky Duke, 60-7 in the 3rd quarter. Salt goes in motion. Run it again. Stovall up the middle. Met hard there by number 15, Zane Neely, senior running back, defensive back for the Tigers. A 3rd and 2, Blake.
Yeah, we just like to want to, you know, keep moving the ball. We've done a lot better job this game, I feel like, of stringing just a solid drive together.
Ooh, pulled him off again. It's happened a lot. He's got a good voice inflection. He kind of throws those hands forward as he's ready for the snap. And that's at least 3, I remember, maybe 4. 3 first downs.
They've also been kind of bringing a stun or a blitz a lot, and that helps to try to draw them off sides. You know, those linebackers coming and jumping, they're already coming downhill. It's hard for them to stop. They're just kind of going off the sound.
I remember in science class, your head is the heaviest part of your body. You get your head going, it's hard to stop. Another run play. Kind of swing it out wide. Great job there by number 55, Mike Harjo. Just a sophomore, big kid. One of the few offensive plays going backwards for the Mustangs tonight.
Yes, but really it wasn't even a breakdown of the offense. Just a great play on the defensive side of the football. Good to see the Tigers playing hard like that too.
I like to say they practice too, and they have played hard. They're just outgunned tonight. Jack's making all the moves, able to make a little bit out of nothing. Stayed in bounds. It's going to be 3rd down and long.
Would love to kind of see him just, just keep driving upfield right there. He kind of jumped back, lost just a little bit, but I mean, not huge in the grand scheme of things. But those are the type of things, when you're playing a Wagner, a Cushing, a Miami, a McLean, those yards are gonna matter for us.
Here's the Stallion Battalion having a good time. Good job by Stovall. It'll be 1st and goal for the Mustangs, about the 7.
Number 6, Marcus Coleman drug him out of bounds there, but not without a lot of effort. Stovall staying on his feet, just pounding his legs. 1st and goal now for the Mustangs.
Mustangs been going double tight a lot second half. Salt and Peters. It's like picked up a couple. 2nd goal from the 4.
Stovall's had a lot of success. I bet he's going to need some ice tomorrow.
Yeah, Stovall right now got 30 carries for 255 yards. Thanks to Johnny Daramo, our statistician. Touchdown.
Braxton Davis. Kind of a little bit of a broken play. Good job by Davis, getting open, showing his numbers to Brad, and Brad delivering.
Continues our trend of being able to play well, kind of that backyard style football.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch. But I also feel like, if we can keep capitalizing on stringing these drives together and running true to our offense, and still just when a play does happen to break down, we're able to capitalize on that too. Our offense is just keep getting better and better every week.
Having to run Hogan late, our traditional extra point kicker, Burchett, came up a little hobbled. Good snap. They blew the whistle.
Guys, I'm living a lifetime dream. I'm actually on the sideline.
I didn't see you sneak down there.
I know, right? I'm here with John Matthews, Dave Smith, our band directors. And, of course, you can hear the Stallion Battalion background. These guys, they're busy now, but they're really about to be busy because, John, this starts competition season for you guys, and you have, 6. But the cool part is you're the first one. Not that we compete, but next Saturday's a big day for us.
Yeah, we've got a full day next Saturday. We got 24 bands visiting. We've got some from Missouri, all over Oklahoma. So it's a big one. It's the 16th year we've held this contest. So we will march an exhibition at 9 p.m. We'd love to have everybody out, cheer us on as we try to get the full show on by next Saturday. So we'll see how that goes.
One of my favorite things we do is the finals of that night because the stadium is full with band fans, band families, and then we march right before the presentation. And so just talk about what a fun time it is that Saturday night. I know you guys are tired, it's been a long day, but it's just a fun evening.
Well, there's nothing better than marching in the lights. It's this whole thing about being, stadium's lit up and it's nighttime, and like you said, it's a very full crowd, so they know what they're doing. It's a band crowd too, so they know when to cheer instinctively. It's a lot of fun.
Talk a little bit about this show because it's recognizable tunes and songs we know.
Yeah, it's one of the first years in recent times that I've done a show that's pretty much all rock and roll. It literally is heavy metal music. So we wanted to do a little something different this year. We're going to Liberty Bowl, so I wanted to do a more crowd-friendly type show that everyone would really like and enjoy. So.
It's awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for your hard work, guys. I'm gonna send it back up to you.
Thank you, Mr. Kellogg, new sideline reporter. And we have a new kicker, Rafa Tuffe. Probably mispronouncing that. I should know that. Foreign exchange student. Fun young man in the hallway. Going to get the chance to kick it off. I know he plays some soccer. He boots it nice and high. Cleveland's been playing way up for some reason, and that's going to be a touchback. Nice job.
good to see, some new faces. Being there on special teams has really been kind of a strong suit for us. We've talked about it, but really a strong suit in our games thus far.
Really has. We've had multiple kickers kicking it off in the end zone. We have we kind of found our punt game. Return game's been good, and we've been sound with the football. It's helped us win that battle of the field position, and we're going to need that next week. We take on the Wagner Bulldogs at home.
This next 9 minutes is really important for your 2s and 3s. You know what I'm saying? You just saw kind of a backup kicker get that. These guys work hard too. They were 2-a-days too. They're in meetings, and so it's really important for them to get some experience out of these snaps, and what a great night to do that.
Ball snaps low on the ground. He's going to try to chunk it out here. Kind of a wonky play. Looks like something that we've had success on. He's going to be able to pick up, looks like maybe the first down's going to be close.
We'll say first down.
Yep, going to give him a first down. It's close. Broken play, but you've seen the success we've had, Blake, on broken plays. I think we'll be content giving up 10 and not a big-time play. They're going to go trip super wide this side of the field. Good job there by Hogan Roach and bring him down. That's a better job of that kind of quarterback run game, Blake.
Yeah, and that's really hard for that guy they're reading, because as a quarterback, you're looking at him, and it's kind of like he can do no right. If he chases the running back, you're pulling it. If he stays, then you're giving it to the running back, and so you get caught in kind of a sticky situation. But they've done a little bit of adjustments we've seen at halftime, and they've come out and they've looked a lot better against that option.
They're going to run in number 9, Brandon Guthrie, back at quarterback. 2nd and 9. Ball's low again. We're flying in. Max Becker and a host of Mustangs is going to hop on him. Going to force 3rd down and about 13. This is one where, regardless of the scoreboard, it's 48-13. They need to get off the field here in 3rd down. If you want to be a good football team, you want to be the team you aspire to be, you got to get off the field on 3rd and long.
Yeah, this is just kind of a big situation, just playing situational, kind of forget the scoreboard like you said, and just really play this down of football.
Back to pass. No one there. He's going to tuck it and run. Thrown out of bounds by number 71, Wrangler Dix. It is really loud up here in the stadium. It's going to be 4th down and 18. Jax Burchett is typically our kickoff or punt return guy. We're going to flex back Garrett Salt. Has he ever returned a punt?
I don't. Not very many. Could get interesting.
Oh, it's blocked.
Block it, though.
I didn't get to see who blocked it. There were multiple Mustangs back in the formation.
Hey, guys, I'm down on the line here with our cheerleading coach, Miss Wagner. And let's talk about Mustang cheer and what all's going on with these girls.
Well, we are preparing to compete at game day, which will be November 4th. The location is to be determined. So we're working on that. Next week, we have our youth clinic. We have 82 young ladies pre-K through 5th grade signed up that'll be joining us on the sidelines next Friday and performing, so we're really excited about that.
You guys have a big performance coming up for homecoming too, right?
Actually, we are performing next week also at halftime next week. So we'll have the youth in the first half, and then we'll perform at halftime. So we're really excited. We've been working really hard, trying to put some stuff together, and it's going to pay off. I'm excited.
They're doing a great job. Randy, thank you so much for your time tonight. So,
Ty Cherry absolutely barreling over people.
And we've talked about, Stovall being on the smaller side. I would venture to say that Cherry is a little bit on the bigger side, and not to mention he's got a lot of speed behind him.
He does. He's on the 4x1 relay team. He's on the 4x2 team that made the state track finals this year. So he can go. Going to be first and goal, about the 6-yard line. Rotating some new receivers in. Number 89, Uriah Hooks. Nope. They got a guy down. Injury timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with more after this.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto,
touchdown.
Sure if you got to see that, but Ty Cherry kind of walks in, took a big hit late, kind of walks into the end zone. Touchdown Mustangs makes it 54-13, 5:13 remaining here.
Guys, I'm on the sideline with a guy that makes a lot of stuff. I know I'm down here free with the microphone, right? Like BK's interviewing everybody. But Dwight Tackett, like if you take that top layer shirt off, there's Superman under there.
He does a lot of things. If you need something to get done, he's definitely one guy you want on your side because he will.
One of his responsibilities is president of the quarterback club, and you guys do a ton of stuff, especially now, obviously while football season's going on. Just talk about some of what the quarterback club does.
Oh, man, we raise a lot of money for the program. We feed these kids well. We take real good care of them. We help the school out with anything like ice machines go down, any upkeep of the stadiums or anywhere, any program. Hall of Fame, we'll help out with that regardless if we have someone in it or not. We just do a lot of good stuff, and I want to keep that positive. Working with the youth and creating that and bringing up money so we can help out, with the stadium, the revamp of the press box, anything we can, contribute to the new concession. I mean, we like to help with everything.
Let's talk about you, your new daddy. Talk about baby.
It's awesome. He's a happy little boy, and he's growing. I was hoping to have him about 6'4", 240 by the start of football season here, but we're going to wait a few years, I guess. And Little River, he'll be ready for it.
Superman, thanks for what you do, buddy. Guys, back up to you.
Appreciate that. And Dwight Tack is definitely someone that I've looked around sometimes. There's no one on campus but me and him, and he's like, what do you need? Helps out everyone, just works tirelessly, and he's a Mustang grad and cares a lot about the entire school system. Rafa going to kick it off again. Low boot, kind of not end over end, but they're going to let that bounce. Again, it dies at the 2. Cleveland living dangerously. He's going to swing it wide, though. Tackled there by number 20, Brady Evans. Mustang defense going to march back on. 5:04. Now, the clock has been running, so I think once they do their first snap, the clock will continue to run once you get over a certain amount of points, which definitely understand, Blake, with sportsmanship, but it definitely hurts you a little bit. It condenses the game, so you might not get as many guys in or get that third string in as much as you might think.
Yeah, we've been talking about that, or trying to get those guys reps, for the upcoming weeks in case you ever need them. And that definitely cuts down on the amount of reps you can get in because, with that running clock, you'd be surprised at how much more time ticks off and how much, all the little, 4 or 5 second breaks of the clock being stopped in the game.
Lots of newbies in. Cleveland's going to continue to stay. 3 wide to the near side. They're going to run it. Be tracked down by Hogue. Big running play there. Cut back again. We had guys running on late. They had guys running on late. Unfortunately, it looks like he might have sustained an injury. Hogue comes up a little hobbled as well. I don't know if you can hear the mic, if you can truly appreciate how loud it is here. The band, the cheerleaders, the crowd. Trying to get a glimpse of. They're going to get him up. Looks like he's going to get up on his own power. That's a good sign for the Cleveland Tigers. That's number 20, Bo Thomas. Going to be first down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Defense, you're rotating a lot of guys in, but they don't want to give up any points. Good job there. Kind of lost his footing. Looks like Hoag's all right. He's going to go back out. 2nd and 9. 4:14. Clock is ticking. 55-13. It's been a great night here at Billy Vessel Memorial Stadium.
You know, this one's kind of been Mustangs running away with the show here, but next week we really begin with a big game in our district against Wagner. And that's kind of the team. They're ranked number 1 in the state right now. That's somebody that everybody's picking on paper to win our district. But it's pretty fun when you go knock off the number 1 team in the state at home.
Coach Wagner's going to take a timeout. Wants to talk to some of the guys, maybe get some organizational things done. We'll take a quick one, too. We'll be right back with more after this. All right, we're going to stick and stay right here. 3:43 left here in the fourth quarter, 55-13. Hasn't been perfect for the Mustangs. There'll be plenty for Coach Wagner and the coaching staff to coach them up on, whether it's penalties, did have a turnover. Hadn't been perfect, but it's been a good night here. Checking some scores. Kind of an old-fashioned slobber knocker. Salisaw at Ada, 7-0 Ada. Don't see a lot of 7-0 scores. Had to be a great game there. 3rd and 2 for Cleveland. They're going to motion a guy. They've been doing a middle screen out of this. And they do it again. Mathis going to bring him down, but not before he gets a first down. It's almost 100% when they do that 3 wide and they motion a guy out. He kind of does a Z-cut. White hat signaling for the clock to go. Cleveland Tigers would like nothing more on homecoming than to punch it in, Blake.
Yeah, and they've done a really good job with that play, and they're doing a good job of moving the ball. We've got a few more young guys here on a defense, so I think they're kind of getting a little bit of some jitters out right now.
And good job there by number 60, Garen Dobbins.
A little bit of confusion in the backfield. Dobbins got back there quick, though. He's a new face on the defense now, young guy.
Second and long. Dobbins is a senior. You're going to see him get mobbed by the team. He's a good guy. Good team guy. Second and long. Clock ticking below 2:40 here. Good job by Landon Roach to hold him and contain him until Tyler Mathis can come in and kind of help clean it up.
Love seeing the Mustang defense just flying the backfield, you know, ears pinned back, being super aggressive. That's what, you know, it really is going to take in big games, is just kind of a no-fear mentality, you know, and bringing the fight, you know, back there to the running back and the quarterback.
Yeah, and trusting your read, not second-guessing. Trusting your eyes, you see it, go attack. That was a good job there by Landon Roach. 3 wide to the near side again. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Going to break a few. Tackled again by Tyler Mathis. Going to bring up 4th down and long, and they have not attempted a field goal. I'm going to guess they're going to let this click down. There's a minute 40. Probably let this click down and go for it. Exactly what they're going to do. Wyatt Sammons, a senior quarterback, back behind center again. But look for him to wing it around a little bit here. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Going to try to hit the skinny post. Kind of throws it up for grabs. Oh, and he was able to go up and high point the ball.
A great catch.
Get it for the Mustangs. It's an instance there, Blake, where the secondary just could not find the ball. They were in position. Just couldn't get the head around and find the ball. And that's going to help the Cleveland Tigers here on homecoming. Currently 55-19 Mustangs. Minute 14 left on the clock. They're going to try to tack on an extra point to make it 20.
A good little pick-me-up for him here at the end of the game. Great play by that young man there going up and high-pointing the football like that.
Yeah, they haven't. Kudos to them. They haven't given up tonight. They're going to call a timeout. Not sure what that's about. Let's check some scores. Miami-Cushing continues to be a barn burner. It is 33-28 Cushing over Miami in the fourth quarter. That game's kind of exploded of late. Poto over Fort Gibson, 48-13. Tuttle, who figures to be in the title mix, 30-10 over Bethany. And that Wagner score hasn't been updated, but it was 60-7, Blake, in the third quarter. So they're going to come in well rested and feeling good about themselves playing Skytook.
Yeah, they've got a really, really interesting thing going on. They've got like a really good group of last year sophomores that were state champs, now juniors. So they've got a group of kids who've had success at a young age, and they've got to play together at a young age and be able to start. And that's big. The last time they actually went 3 in a row was they had the same thing.
Kind of set up. Mm-hmm. They're going to go for 2. That's why they called timeout. They got 2 wide receivers wide to both sides. They're going to try to wing it around. Oh, when he gets in behind them. And nice throw and catch. That was caught by number 6, DeMarcus Coleman, for the 2-point conversion. He's going to make it Cleveland Tigers 21, Oologah Mustangs 55. Minute 14 left here, Billy Vessels Memorial Stadium. One of the darker stadiums you will see. 2 light poles, not a lot of lights, but definitely a cool spot. Blake, what are some of your takeaways so far tonight?
I think it's, here's the thing is, you get a W, whether it's ugly, whether it's, you can take, at the end of the day, we're going to be 1-0 in district play. So that's a huge positive. But here's some things we're going to have to get cleaned up before next week to go in and knock off a #1 team in the state with Wagner is we're going to have to limit our penalties. The goal of 2 is something that's going to have to happen next week.
Correct.
We're going to have to limit our turnovers. Like you can't have just the uncostly picks or fumbles or anything like that against a team like Wagner. They're too good, too explosive, to capitalize. Just kind of like we did, they turned the ball over first drive, first play, and we can capitalize and go put 7 points on the board really quickly. But we've done really well running our offense and being able to execute. And, we've got a lot of talent on the team, and we've got a lot of potential. And some positions we're a little young on, but that just means we get to grow a lot more. We've got some new guys playing in different spots, and we're just going to keep building week in, week out. We've gotten better each and every week, which is a super promising thing. And I don't think we're going to come out of this game super beat up or anything. So we're going to be, as far as our starters, pretty fresh. Maybe not as fresh as the Wagner guys, but pretty fresh for our standards. And hopefully be able to go, kind of shock the state next week at home.
Yeah, last time we beat them, it was at home, Blake.
It was.
Great game. One young Mr. Ty Dixon took a kickoff return to the house and won in overtime.
Very special guy to get to play with.
Good snap handle by Hogue. Hands it's number 24, Carter Miller. Makes something out of nothing. Good job by both those guys. There's 49 seconds. And again, with that running clock in the second half, you haven't had a big opportunity for a lot of snaps for a lot of guys. So got a bunch of guys out there wanting to make some plays and wanting to make some things happen.
I'll tell you what, the Stallion Battalion has not let up.
They are getting it.
Not one bit, and I love it. The energy they brought tonight has been awesome. That's awesome in a football game. It makes the game just so much more fun to play and just a lot more energy.
Hand off to Miller up the right side again. Going to be swallowed that time by number 15, Zane Neely. Mustangs, I think, are going to have to snap it. No, they're not going to have to snap it anymore. See coaches take their headset off, put the hand up like a stop sign. That's going to do it here. It's going to tick down. Final score is going to be your Mustangs 55. Cleveland Tigers with a late score to make it 21. Mustang faithful, enjoy that. Good crowd traveled across Skytook Lake. Or around if you went to South Loop.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car.
You're going to get to hear the fight song one more time. as BK mentioned, we played these guys literally for decades. Lots of respect between both teams. We played them in softball yesterday, and a lot of respect between those two coaches' staff. They were willing to help us out and do some things for us to have our senior night. We ended up being able to get it in, so it wasn't needed, but always appreciate our battles with the Cleveland Tigers. And good sportsmanship tonight. We had a late hit out of bounds, but didn't look dirty. Other than that, no real obscene play or penalties. And I know, see if BK can get Coach Wagner here. Let's go down to the field, guys.
Coach, I've said this team is not a 1-2 team. Scoreboard shows that. 55-21. You got to be I know you got improvements. You got to be happy.
Yeah, first of all, we're 1-0 in district. And we talked all week. We do a word for the week each week. Jordan Barrett comes in and talks to our kids, and the word was fresh start. And what we talked about, we play a tough non-district. We could be 3-0, 1-2. None of that matters as far as the playoffs go. And we were also without a couple starters. And so it shuffled the linebackers, it shuffled the secondary, and it shuffled the running backs. And so I thought there were some kids that stepped up. Braden Stovall ran the ball really well. He's a dynamic kid, and he's tough and hard-nosed. Really proud of him. The offensive line did a good job in the run game. Defensively, Tyler Stovall had to leave defensive end and go to Mike Backer because of the injury to JT. And I thought he did a pretty good job of that. That's not easy. A week, 10 days, working that position, and he's also our center on offense. So I thought the kids stepped up, played well. There's still a lot of things we want to clean up. We talk every day we go to the practice field. We said, hey, be as clean as those white uniforms, right? Because we don't want to have penalties. Mustangs don't beat the Mustangs, and that's the thing we want to hammer home to our kids is don't have that self-inflicted stuff. But I'm proud of them. We're 1-0, and I think we got Wagner next. We got 7 days to get ready for that one, and that's what you're trying to do each week is go 1-0.
Stovall came in, and he was at the 4 yards per carry, even a little below that. And last I checked the stats, he was over 10 yards per carry.
Yeah, I mean, the kid's a darn good back, and probably a little bit of back. We got 5 good backs on this team. Him, Ashton, JT, Ty Cherry, Landon Roach. That's a great problem to have, but last time I checked, there was only one football, and you're trying to get touches for all of them. But, yeah, all those guys are good, and Braden he had to be our offensive MVP tonight. He was great.
Congratulations. Enjoy this one. Next Friday night.
Yeah.
See you guys. Back up to you.
All right, guys, we're going to take one quick timeout. We'll be back with some final thoughts, some final stats. Me and Mr. Blake Salt.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character creates connection.
All right, Mustang family, we're back. They clicked the scoreboard off pretty quick, but it was a dominant win, Blake, by the Mustangs. Some final thoughts here. We mentioned Stovall a lot. He had 30 carries for 255 yards. Ty Cherry, only 5 carries, 88 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We ended up with 368 yards rushing, Blake.
That's awesome, and, that's just a testament to not only your running backs, but to your offensive line, to your receivers out blocking for those guys on the edge. When you rush for 300-plus yards, that's just a testament to the entire team. Everybody's working together. Everybody's being unselfish and blocking for each other. And we've had, we mentioned 3 different backs that all got touches, that all had, considerable amount of yards. Multiple backs had touchdowns. We've got a really deep running back room, and Coach Wagner said it. That's a really great problem to have.
Yeah, we had 368 rushing yards with Ashton, who was over 1,000-yard back last year, on pace for 1,500-plus yards this year, out this week. Looking ahead to Wagner, it's going to be a big test. What do we got to clean up, Blake, to come out successful next week?
I think number 1's the penalties. We've got to quit shooting ourselves in the foot and getting behind the chains. And by that, you don't want to be in a 1st down and 15 or first down and 17 or second down and 20, you know, that kills you. That kills your drive, especially when you've been marching down the field and all of a sudden, you know, now it's second down and 15. You're kind of scratching your head. What do you do? It takes away a lot of your playbook. So I think penalties, I think you can't turn the ball over against a team like Wagner. I think they've got a lot of special guys. They're really good, and you've got to just play a super clean football game. But other than that, we've got better week in, week out. Our offense is looking better and better. Our defense is looking better. They did a great job of being coachable at halftime, cleaned a lot of stuff up. So as long as they can be coachable this week, I think we give ourselves a really good shot next week.
Yeah, looking forward to that test. I think it's going to be a big, big test, and I think it's one that we're going to be up for. Look forward to a great week of practice. On behalf of show engineer Jason Streeter, Blake Salt, Brent Kellogg, statistician Joey Daramo, we have who else? We got Asher Streeter, and we got Nate Osborne on the cameras. Everyone did a great job tonight. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Friday at home, 6:30 pregame.